It's time for the shop report with
Barbershop J.
What up, sports fans? Welcome to the Shop Report. I'm Barbershop Jay. I'll be your host for the day. Here's what's happening. Of course, we want to remind you the Shop Report is brought to you by Rocket Digital Media. It's the one-stop shop for all your digital marketing needs. You can look them up on Facebook at RDM Detroit, 1D, 2E's Troy, or you can slide on over to the website, rocketdigital.net. That's ROCKIT digital.net. Make sure when you're there, while you're there, you tell them the BSJ sent you. And for my folk out there in TV land, if you want to leave your questions or comments during today's program or tonight's program, by all means, please do so. And we will throw it up on the screen. And y'all know what's coming next. If you're one of them folks out there who want to leave a question or a comment that's indignant or ignorant in nature, it won't be seen on this screen. Matter of fact, here's what you'll get.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Absolutely not. And while we wait for the rest of our constituents, co-hosts, is that a little baby out here in the background? Put the baby on. Get the baby some Wi-Fi. We get the baby on here too. The baby probably know more than the other two guys we got that's supposed to be here.
I didn't know TJ was joining us from afar.
Oh, I didn't. That's what you got over there. Rick, you got TJ. Oh, you got TJ. Tell him to change his onesie. You know what I'm trying to tell you anyway.
No, he already taller than TJ.
Exactly. You know.
Oh no.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. With that being said, joining us, Brother Rich is not here obviously right now, but hopefully he will be joining us. So we'll start with my man from up north, Joey James, aka Double J. Tell the people what you say.
Well, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Is it? I hear music. Rick, is that you playing music in the background?
Is that Heat Miser, Snow Miser? What do we got going on?
I don't know. Yeah, I hear something.
Just in
I hear something going on there. There's something going. Oh wow, just in time. Just in time. And we got a fifth member here. Oh wow, okay. We got my man D Gully from the CO Bus. Happy you could join us. And we got the People's Champ, TJ, aka Shadow Man. I ain't got time for everybody's intro right now, but I'm glad everybody could jump in here.
Hey, Double J, do my intro immediately, please. Thank you.
Right now. Yep, there we go.
Yeah, I just want to let the viewers out there and the other two co-hosts that joined us at about 8:35. I got to jump off the screen or out of here right quick. I have a little pressing matter I got to attend to. It can't be avoided. And obviously we had to go live here as well. But I will be returning in the midst of me stepping away for a minute. Yeah, I heard that, Gully. You know what I'm saying?
He put it so politely.
Yeah, he showed it. He said it real smooth.
Just a little dash of Metamucil.
Yeah, but that's he did a couple push. You cracking jokes too? He did a couple push-ups now. You know what I'm saying? Got you. All right. Anyway, before we get to Teddy Pendergrass down here in the bottom left corner of my screen, when I step away here for a minute, Double J is going to take over the wheel. Going to take the wheel. So as Dora the Explorer would say, you know, when my kids was little, we used to watch that all the time. Issa, take the wheel, right? Issa, take the wheel. That's not funny. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah. Because
give yourself do it. You gotta do it.
I remember that.
No, that ain't the one. That's the wrong button.
Which button do you want me to give myself?
You know the button.
I'm not going to give myself.
Button. You know that button.
Give yourself the womp.
No, that's all right. I got it.
Oh, hell no.
Okay, so I see you've been in the Lucia. You and Double J, y'all been sipping on the Lucia. Okay, let us start the show. All right. We got one item on the menu for the day. That's Hoop Central, but we got a lot of bullet points that we want to get to today.
Yes.
Hopefully, Brother Richard will be able to join us. Rick and Gully, you might have been with us the last time we
hold
did
on.
this.
Is that Ricardo?
Yeah, that's RC. That's RC
Yeah,
Stafford, baby.
yeah, you already know what's going on, TJ.
I
Y'all
know.
can keep me, man.
I know RC wasn't with us the last time, so we start things off with this. RC, the last time we was here, we was having a discussion about the Lakers. Now, we already know the Lakers is TJ's favorite team. Okay, they've been his favorite team since 1975, even though he was born in 2008.
Womp, womp, womp.
It don't have the same effect when you do it, man. You know, and hey, when I raise your hand, man. You being disrespectful on this program right here, right now. Anyway, Rick, the last time we was here, we was going back and forth about who's more complimentary to the Lakers and what it is that they like to do, as far as what LeBron likes to do. Westbrook, as the roster is currently constructed, or would have been Buddy Hield or DeMar DeRozan.
Oh,
So I asked,
come on.
Westbrook, the Lakers, and obscurity. The way the Lakers are sitting, where they sitting at right now, did that bubble ship cost them? How many more years did it add to the detriment of the franchise? And I'm talking about such a storied franchise.
I mean, they made their own bed. They could have went about it. They could have went about it a whole different way. Like that Westbrook, it doesn't make sense. Now, like when you add, like you talk about a player like DeMar DeRozan, that kind of don't make sense either, because DeMar is a mid-range type player. He's not a three-point shooter that LeBron needs. So out of those three names, Buddy Hield makes the most sense because he's a shooter.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Oh,
hold on. Did you say because he spaces the floor?
No,
he spaces the floor. But
okay, go ahead. Keep going.
Like
okay.
With the whole DeMar DeRozan versus Russell Westbrook thing, it sounds good, but he wouldn't have the same impact he had on the Bulls with them next to AD and LeBron. So he might be in the same boat as Russ, because like LeBron makes shooters better. Like if you somebody that actually need the ball, unless him and DeMar like kind of sit down and have like a Dwayne Wade type of, that's the only way that would have worked. Like he could kind of play that Dwayne Wade type role.
KCP.
Yeah, but see, like that too. I think they underestimated KCP and Caruso. Like they underestimated them. Like wholeheartedly.
Definitely Caruso.
And like,
oh, you hate KCP.
Man, cut me in and cut it out.
And like as constructed right now, I don't know what's going on with Jeannie Buss and Rob Pelinka right now. They better hope they could get Kyrie. That's all I can say. Because that team, I think they got worse. I don't trust that bench. And I mean, you could, like, I heard Darvin Ham and LeBron said they're gonna go through AD. That sounds good, but it's still no space and ain't no shooting around. So I think they should hope they could get Kyrie. That's all I can say.
Be quiet. Melo, your favorite player.
So
you said that you said that like that's a bad thing. Gully, I see you over there.
Stop it.
Gully, you over there looking incredulous. What you want to add to that?
I would love for it. Go ahead, Gully.
Subtraction by multiplication. What you want to do? Divide? Or square root? What you want to do?
Mr. RC said some things I didn't agree with, but largely said some things that I do. As far as DeMar DeRozan not working, not being a good fit with the Lakers, he's probably the next best thing you could do if you don't add Kyrie Irving. Because I look at DeMar DeRozan being able to be as effective as Andrew Wiggins was for Golden State this year, and it doesn't have to be with the three ball. Even though I know the league is 3-point heavy, and we talked about that at length. DeMar DeRozan's ability to shoot and from the mid-range, I think, will in fact be able to space the floor, because you got to contend with the entire 45 feet. instead of just waiting for the perimeter and then closing in the gaps when somebody wants to drive in. Somebody wants to drive and attack the basket. If AD is healthy, which is a huge if, then of course they're going to run it through AD, and then they're going to be a favorite to win it all because that's what they were in the bubble. Bubble or not, that's what they were in the bubble. That's why LeBron and the Lakers traded for AD to do just that because of what he provides. Can he do that for a whole season? It remains to be seen because it hasn't been seen since the bubble. And a matter of fact, thankfully for the bubble's gaps in play, remember that finals was played in October or something. And it was still the same regular season that was still going on. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we got a lot of time for people to heal that we wouldn't otherwise have. All that being said, the Lakers are, unless they do what they can, unless they do what we said, suggested about 80, they're not going to get very far. I don't know if they're going to have a losing season, but I don't see them getting to a conference finals.
I don't either. TJ, what say you?
I don't know what they talking about. Why is DeMar DeRozan name keep being brought up? Is he a free agent or something?
We were talking about.
He was a free agent target.
Yeah, we talking about at the time.
Yeah.
We just revisiting because RC wasn't here. Didn't you hear me? I said that at the beginning. RC wasn't here, so I wanted to hear what he had to say about what we talking about.
Ain't nobody important. Like I said, Melo is his favorite player. And
Hey, he about to pass Shaq all time next season. So what?
That's
Scoring
he been playing too long.
Hey, you can say what you want.
You can say that for LeBron James and the stats he passes, but we ain't gonna go there, are we?
You can't.
Yeah, you can.
Because
you can.
He been averaging 30. That man been averaging 10.
You know, hey TJ, you know what I noticed? Melo gets more respect from his peers than people like you, so you ain't even matter.
Shout out with the one-liner, Double J. What you got to say?
A whole lot here. Yeah, go ahead, TJ, please.
Oh my gosh.
I don't have.
Whoa, hold it. What did you just say? You said go ahead, TJ. See, I told y'all. Do your dance. Yeah, do your dance. I knew y'all was buddies. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Triple Shot of J should be coming soon to a theater near you. When? I have no idea. I just said
you ain't gotta be a hater all your life, man. It's okay.
Just most of my life. That's all right. Somebody got to do it.
Anyway, my point was Melo. I got respect for Melo. The point is he's not the same person, so I don't like to see him like that.
Who said he was?
Now he a coattail. That's all I'm saying. He riding a coattail.
He ain't no coat. He's not no coattail because he averaged over 13 points on a minimum contract. Now, if he was a coattail, he'd be like T-Mac on the Spurs in suits. He actually was one of the bright spots if you can pick one out. Him and Malik Monk.
Well, somebody, you know what? Speaking of garbage time, that was garbage time minutes. Let's be honest here.
Yeah, hold on. When you go to the 500.
Melo played 26 minutes. There ain't no garbage time.
No, it is garbage time considering their record. It's all garbage time.
Oh, yeah.
That's why, actually, statistically, as I showed this group,
like Jordan on the Wizards, really?
Yeah,
that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. 42 and 40, 42 and 40, back to back. At 40,
garbage.
42 and 40 and 40 at back to back. Top 10 points per game in the league, back to back at 40.
Look at the competition.
See how
I'm gonna say stop.
No, you ain't about to do that again because we talking about 2002, 2003.
Yep,
we talking about Kobe in his prime. We talking
about the Dikembe time. No.
Yep, pass the Dikembe, pass the big guys. T-Mac, Baron Davis,
get him.
Vince Carter,
Kobe Bryant,
Steve Francis.
All those guys.
Mobley.
All those.
You named a lot of guys with no
Kobe.
Ring.
A lot of guys with no ring.
Listen. Hold on.
I named a lot of guys that are athletic because remember they wasn't plumbers. A lot of guys with no rings.
Did you hear?
I named Kobe Bryant and got fired. Now he switched the subject. Switch position real quick.
You see how he moved the goalpost? He went from there ain't no competition to a lot of guys ain't got no ring. Can we please stay in bounds?
Hey, listen, your pivot game, TJ, was perfect, man. You must have been the Elijah Wan's big man camp, because only somebody who know how to pivot could do that, man.
I'm trying to tell you.
He was at Moochie Norris pivot
camp.
I'm
saying. He ain't look the same without Pippen on his team. But go ahead.
Wait, what?
Yes. You know what? You're right. You're right. Wizards Jordan didn't look the same without Pippen on his team. And
you know what I'm trying to say? And
period. No, ain't no and. That's the period.
But see, what you failed to realize was Pippen was getting carried. He wasn't the man on Portland. That was already a ready-made team when Pippen got there. Jordan was still the man. Jordan was the man. Jordan was always the man. Every time he played for, he was the man. He was the lead scorer on both.
Not in high school, but anyway.
Oh, that's what you got to do.
Oh, wow.
That's what you got to do.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's what he got to do. Yeah.
That's what you got to do.
That's what he got to do. Ricardo, you had something very interesting to say when I saw you the other day about that 04 Pistons squad.
Yeah.
Because
interesting.
Yeah, we had that discussion on here too about whether or not if Rip Hamilton, if all he was just a guy who just came off screens. Is that now?
Hang on a second.
He was known. No, I ain't hanging on no second.
Hang on. Stop the high-low with the goalposts. Bring it back. Bring it back this way.
Listen, it was said on here that all Rip did was come off screens. Now, I'm not saying who said it. I'm just saying it was said on this platform, on this program.
Put a name
for what?
Primarily.
They already did.
Primarily. I will own that. I will own that.
RC, Stafford, what is he known for, bro?
I mean, that's a skill, though, man. You ever see one of his workouts?
No. That's not the point.
Don't dance.
Don't dance,
bro. Don't dance, bro. What is he known for, bro? You gotta chase him.
I mean, yeah, you gotta chase him. You gotta come off the picks, his mid-range.
Yeah,
but he's a solid player.
But my point was that's not all he did.
What else did he do besides put a mask on?
That wasn't all he did. Now, like, I mean, that was more so his go-to. But
all right,
you got a game. You got a game plan. You do got a game plan for Rip Hamilton.
Now you've upset Gully.
Wait, hold on, RC. No, because I'm not even taking issue with you. All right, if all he did was come off screens, like what's the real indictment here?
Again, bro.
I'm saying like no. So what's the question? So what's the question? Is that's all he did was come off screens?
My thing was I never said he was not a guy who didn't come off screens. I said that's not all he. They made it seem like he couldn't get to you or get buckets unless he was coming off screens.
Yeah. We watched 10-minute highlights and only come off screens, bro.
What you mean?
Unless they were running in transition.
So hold on. So he never faced up. He never faced
You're
up.
You're talking about at this point, he has worn you down. If Hamilton were a fighter, he's Mayweather. Okay, which is an ultimate compliment.
What's wrong with? Hold on. First of all, I'm trying to.
No, Gully. I need you to realize that I'm not suggesting. My stance is that is not to be misinterpreted for his strengths being deemed lesser than or not appreciated or not arguably the best. Yeah, which could be argued that he was the best at doing exactly that.
Rick,
so I don't want
he known to be a mid-range
But again,
guy?
Our host is trying to construe this.
No,
he said construe. No, not misconstrue. He said construe. See, that's a Freudian slip. Because what we said, because I know Double J and TJ, I know what he said because me and him was in the same court, a tag team match. We was the
exactly.
We maintain the position that he did come off screens, but that's not all he did.
That's all I'm saying.
And we said if that's primarily what he did, that's not all of what he did.
He was not saying that.
Yes,
I was saying that. I did say that.
Barbershop said.
Rick,
after 10 minutes of highlights, it took a half hour to convince
him. We said that from the beginning. We said that we said that he was mid-range. You said he was mid-range. Well, I can't say what you said, but the tape, I guess, maybe show you guys that all he did was come off screens to get to the mid-range. And we said, nah, he was a bit more versatile than that.
Thank you.
I'll say that.
Thank you. That was my point.
But if you
That's
had
what I was
to
gonna
pick
say.
one thing, if you had to pick one thing that he was most notable for,
That's all we were saying.
Thank you.
That ain't what y'all was saying.
That's not what y'all said. I said
What?
how. I
That
said
is not
how
what y'all said.
I said, how is it a guy that's known to be a mid-range guy? How can you be labeled a mid-range guy and all you do is come off screens?
Because the screens were in the mid-range.
Thank you.
But that's okay. Listen, I'm not saying the screens weren't mid-range, but if you're a mid-range guy, that's not the only thing that he
All right,
did.
so let me ask you a question then. So then, if that's the case, then right, what is DeMar DeRozan known for?
The mid-range, but he's not running off screens like that. Come on, those aren't the same player.
Okay, but you,
good. So you see, there's a dynamic that you draw in there.
Thank you.
That there's
Thank
different
you.
ways to create your
You can
shot.
say-
I'm not disagreeing with that.
But when I think of Rip
ahead.
Hamilton, I just see him running around hella screens. I'm just
Man, you only seen one game of his career. Be real.
You know what I'm trying to tell you?
You're right. Bron put up 24 on them in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, yeah.
right.
I'll let you know about something. If Joe Dumars wasn't an idiot and he would have drafted Melo, none of that would have existed.
No, it should have been Wade. It should have been Wade.
It should have been Melo.
It should have been
Melo.
Wade. Don't get me
should have been
started.
Melo.
I said it from that
Melo.
February, the minute they threw
Double J.
Darko's name out there.
Double J, let me let you in on something. D Wade wasn't even listed to go there. He wasn't even thought of to go there.
Which
The only
answers your previous statement about Dumars being an idiot.
And he shouldn't have got there, because why would you do that if you got
Because they could have moved him. They could have reconstructed that team and been a true dynasty, a reloading type of dynasty.
That draft was LeBron versus Melo until D Wade exploded in that first round against the Hornets. That everybody knows.
You're telling me right now.
Everybody knows though. Yes.
That the Pistons wouldn't have won at least 2, certainly 3, because they went to 7 games with San Antonio in 05.
Well, yeah. Wait a minute.
They would have did the same thing with Melo.
I don't know.
No.
They
needed somebody to get buckets. They needed the explosiveness of Wade.
Hey. No, he right, Stafford. D Wade was a two-way player, bro. He's a two-way player. Melo ain't.
So hold on. Are you sitting here trying to say that Melo wouldn't have that's all they needed was on that team? He would have took over
Dwayne Wade would have took them. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, TJ.
Wade guarding the wing against anybody is gonna upgrade your defense. Defense.
Wait a minute. Wait, you talking like I ain't taking him from Dwayne Wade's defense, but you talking like he locked down now.
And
he
you
ain't.
don't remember
He's a shooting guard with 100 blocks in the season. I think it's only two shooting guards in the history.
I'm going to make the case right now that 07 Boston team does not get through that Pistons team with Wade.
They don't do it without Melo either.
Hold on, that's what I'm trying to tell you. What
do you realize Carmelo Anthony averaged 21 points per game as a 19-year-old, correct?
With Denver, who had no options. What team did Carmelo Anthony have in Denver? He had nobody.
Allen Iverson.
But I'm saying though.
No, that was the J.R. Smith days, right?
Look at the year he came. You ain't gonna tell me you seen this 18-year-old dominate college basketball and win it all like that,
bro. Dwayne Wade was on Marquette, not on Syracuse.
No, I'm saying.
Come on, man. He took them to the Final Four.
Listen to what Dwayne Wade said. Listen to what Dwayne Wade. Go to that interview. I forgot what podcast it was. Dwayne Wade said the first time he seen Carmelo Anthony play was at that doubleheader at the Garden, Syracuse versus Memphis. Marquette had the second game. He asked his assistant coach, "Who is that player right there?" And the assistant coach said, "That's Carmelo Anthony." He was like, "This before I even heard of LeBron James. That is the best player in the country. You gotta take him." Dwayne Wade didn't take off till they got to the playoffs against the Hornets.
Listen,
Carmelo Anthony said that.
Listen, hold on. You said
Wade was a stud.
Ain't nobody taking.
He had Travis Diener as his next best player.
Okay, listen, ain't nobody taking nothing away from Dwayne Wade.
Hey, Diener went to the league, right? Diener went to the league, right? Jerry McNamara ain't go to the league.
Well, that's
not only that.
You can't say you can't play both sides, Double J. Like,
listen. Hold on, Rick. Not only that. You mentioned Dwayne Wade doing what he did to Marquette, doing with Marquette. But if Carmelo Anthony is not on that Syracuse squad, they not winning a conference.
I disagree.
Oh, stop it, man! Stop it!
I disagree.
Stop it!
I think he was one of the most overrated players. In despite that,
who was most overrated player?
Even TJ dropped the phone.
You saying Carmelo Anthony was overrated?
That roster specifically had someone else on there. And hang on,
Hakeem Warwick.
Yes, Hakeem Warwick. Hakeem Warwick.
Are you serious?
Oh yes, I am. Absolutely.
Man, cut me in and cut it out.
Was the guy.
Cut me in and cut it out. Cut me in and cut it out.
You were talking about being a victim of circumstance. Carmelo Anthony.
No.
Okay. Okay. Let me hold on, TJ. Hold on, TJ. I'm about to bust your bubble right there. The only person that left that roster that in that following year after the championship was Melo. Why didn't Syracuse go and have that same season? With Hakeem Warwick as the man, Jerry McNamara is still there, Josh Pace still there, Billy Edelin still there. Why didn't they do the same repeat?
I caught a hangover.
Oh man, cut me in and cut it out, man.
That's it. Yep, I believe it.
Yeah. Paige and Mrs. Alva. What you gonna say, TJ?
I just gotta ask one question because I got some memorable Dwayne Wade memories from the NBA Finals and all that. What's Melo's most notable memory?
Get into the Western Conference Finals.
My point exactly.
What you mean?
What about getting the Knicks to the second round for the first
No.
time?
I need
on the torn labrum.
But what did Wade do before Shaq? He was getting there.
Excuse me?
He was getting buckets.
Who was?
What is his
notable memory? Who said he wasn't getting buckets?
This is apples to oranges.
We're talking about a better fit for the Celtics. I mean, for the Pistons.
Man, y'all ain't want to answer my question.
Where's your question, TJ?
What's your
question? Go ahead.
What is his notable memory? Like what? I don't know a highlight. They'd be like, all right, Melo. That's Melo highlight.
But see, listen, you asking that as if to say, see what
I'm
you trying to do.
I'm gonna tell you right now, TJ. I'm gonna tell you Melo's thing, and I think I don't know. This might slice everybody up. Melo was a player that played only with a point to prove. Melo would not show up for the middling Orlando Magic, but if the Lakers came to town, you had a dogfight between him and Kobe. When the Heat came to town, you had a dogfight between him and Dwayne Wade. When the Cavs came to town, he made sure to show up versus LeBron James. But outside of that, it's hard to find a game where I can remember where Melo. It's hard to find.
Okay, but let me ask you this though. Hold on. Let me ask this. Hold on, Gully. Let me ask this. No, you don't. Show me a player during Melo's tenure in the league, especially when he was in his prime, that he didn't break off.
He broke off everybody.
Everybody
was scared.
That's what I said. I said Melo is a player that plays with a point to prove. He broke
off everybody.
Hold on.
And listen, and while you trying to do a comparative thing. Nobody's comparing him to D-Wade. What I'm saying to you is if Rasheed Wallace wasn't there, he would have been a perfect fit for that Pistons team in place of Rasheed Wallace.
But, no. See, this is what I mean.
Hold on. Go ahead. Because he just said who he didn't break off. You're right. A lot of one-on-one players. Jamal Crawford, who he didn't break off.
Yeah.
Jamal Crawford was.
Yeah.
Who he didn't break off.
No, I'm saying
one player, you gonna break.
No, I like Jamal Crawford. I love Jamal Crawford.
Yeah, I do
but
too.
I'm saying he broke off everybody. You got players. It's a like an hour video on YouTube of the best defenders saying the only thing you could do is hope that Carmelo miss. Like y'all making it seem like he in a Rashard Lewis tier type player or something.
No. That's exactly what it sounds like.
That's exactly like it sounds like.
Okay, all right. So if it sounds like that, allow me to clarify. If it sounds like that, allow me to clarify. We saw the type of player that Dwayne Wade was in Marquette without having without having the same complement of players around like Syracuse. Now we saw Carmelo.
But Syracuse's roster wasn't stacked.
Was it worse than Marquette?
It's
Bro,
about the
look
same.
who they played, bro.
Hey, listen.
about the
Hey,
same.
listen.
They played Kirk Heinrich.
Hey,
They
pull up.
played Kirk Heinrich and Nick Collison in
Listen,
the
if you go back,
finals.
listen, if you go back and look at that, if
Let's
you look
go
at
back
that championship
like 5
run,
minutes, y'all.
that championship run was Carmelo. That championship run, they don't listen. Listen. I tell
Who
you-
was on that Marquette team? It was D
Hold on.
Wade.
Hold on. Let
Travis
me say this.
Dinger.
Let me say this.
And then the
TJ
center would have probably
No,
been
no.
the next closest notable
And-
guy.
And TJ just jumped out of here right quick because he know I was about to get him. He would be the first one talking about competition. Look at that Kansas squad.
Was terrible that year.
I know they was not.
Was terrible.
Are you serious?
That 2002 team was average. It was the year before and
You
a
talking about
couple
the
years
squad with
after.
Drew Gooden?
No, Drew Gooden was
No. It was Nick Collison, Kirk Heinrich. What's the one? What's the one shooting guard? He a coach somewhere now.
Shannon something. Not Shannon Brown.
No. He an
Carmelo.
assistant coach somewhere.
Man, Carmelo Anthony put the Syracuse. He put them on his back.
It was
man.
only one. It was only one.
Sharon Collins wasn't on that team.
No, he was too young. It was only one other NBA player on there, and Hakeem Warwick wasn't all of that.
They had Jeff Graves, Keith Langford, Aaron Miles.
Aaron Miles. That's what
Wayne Simeon would have probably been the best notable player, and he was only a sophomore at that point. And that team underperformed. That was the year they lost to like not Holy Cross, but just Bucknell. Every mid-major you could think of.
Well, I mean,
So
you're
why
typical.
Wade didn't win? So why Wade didn't win?
Yeah, really, because that's typical college basketball.
Because Dwayne Wade is older than Melo and LeBron.
But this is what I was talking about, supporting cast. That's why they didn't win.
He had nothing,
bro.
Okay, so wait. So if you talking about supporting
players,
so if you talking about supporting cast,
you just said Wayne Simeon. You said Wayne. No, that's the
only
Travis Diener and Steve Novak went to the league. All right, guys.
Those three.
Travis Diener
Hakeem
and
Warwick
Steve
is the
Novak.
other one. Hakeem
Steve
Warwick
Novak.
is the only other one.
But Steve Novak didn't play. He was too young.
Novak was a freshman that year. He did play.
Yeah, he was a freshman.
Listen, you talking about supporting cast. Let's go back to it. You take Rasheed Wallace off that Pistons squad and put Melo in there. With that supporting cast, they still win a title.
Hang on. I'm not disagreeing that they would have won one, but I'm talking about
they would have won more than one.
No, they would have won more than one.
No.
They would have beat the Lakers. They would have beat Spurs, and they would have beat the Spurs.
Carmelo is too ball dominant. There's no way.
They would have won more than what Dwayne Wade. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, because there would have been more changes. I believe Wade would have replaced
Let
Sampson.
me on the same side on this one.
Let me
There's
say
no
something
way
right
you
here.
can tell me that.
Hold on. Let him say. Go ahead.
It's scary. And see, this is what I'm talking about, the narrative people speaking to Carmelo. That's why that Amon Shumpert video just reposted. Carmelo lets people like y'all speak it. He ain't going to respond to it. He going to let his game speak for itself. A lot of people around the league and fans got this narrative about him where he won't do this, he won't do that. Imagine that kid as a 19-year-old being under Chauncey, under Ben Wallace, under Rick. Now he's played, even though they was older, he played with Rasheed his last year in New York. He played with Chauncey in Denver, and they went to the Western Conference Finals. Chauncey Billups sat there and called Rip Hamilton. Rip Hamilton said this on I forgot what show it was on ESPN, but he said he called Rip Hamilton and was like, "Man, they cheated us. They cheated us. This kid, like Melo, is really that." Like, imagine he's going, like, Carmelo has the game. It's built off strictly like fundamentals. He can play in any era. It's based on fundamentals. He's already was a bucket. Whether he starts or come off the bench on that Pistons team, he's going to get his buckets because nobody can check him.
Nobody.
But the same case could be made for Wade, and I believe especially in that earliest phase of coming into the league. That again, I think it's tomato as it pertains to them winning I would have argued that very first season, because any of those guys being a sixth man is ridiculous. That's before what their ceiling was.
Nobody. Who's arguing that? Nobody's
but when
arguing
you look
that.
at the longevity of it, what plagued the Pistons when it came to Boston, when it came to LeBron, was being able to match bucket for bucket down the stretch. And that is where the Pistons needed someone, because again, now our host,
and you don't think
you're telling me would have been able to do that versus Carmelo in terms of those same moves, because they would be essentially.
I didn't. What do you mean your host? I didn't. Since when?
No, I'm asking you. I'm asking you because again, we've discussed Rasheed Wallace at length about what he can do, what he couldn't do
offensively. Yes, in particular. Okay,
right. And you plug Carmelo Anthony into that role, and to me, they're equals. I don't see Carmelo being able to do anything more offensively except maybe the three ball a little bit more consistently. But if that's not enough to beat Boston,
I think they still trade for him. I think they still trade for Rasheed at that deadline, even with that Melo move. And in the fact, the whole Dwayne Wade versus LeBron thing, I still don't think that's a fit. I don't like that fit there because of Rip there. I don't like that fit. They wasn't looking. They already had Rip.
2 years later, he's moved.
I mean, if you move him, that you will have to move him. But I'm just saying, coming off that, like I said, Dwayne Wade didn't pop off really until that playoffs against the Hornets, when he hit the game winner, game 1 or game 2 against Barry Davis.
Right.
Like his second season though.
That was his first season.
So he didn't pop off
and I'm talking about to the playoffs, because you gotta remember that Miami Heat team struggled. I think they started off 0-10. They started off 0-10. They started playing
during the season.
Yeah,
what did they have? It was Haslam and
Odom. They had Odom.
They had Eddie Jones.
They had Eddie Jones.
Antoine Walker.
Odom. They had Odom. They had Odom. No, I don't think Antoine was on that team yet.
Yeah, Antoine Walker was on that team.
No, not that early.
I think he was still in Dallas. I think he was still in Dallas. I
don't know. Double check that. I think Antoine.
He came the year after. I think the next year, because then Shaq get acquired the next season.
The second year. 06.
Yeah. I think.
Okay. All right.
So I think Antoine was on that team, but they struck. I think they had Brian Grant, Eddie Jones. Was Rafer on that team? I know Lamar Odom was on that team.
I think Skip would have been in Houston by then.
Okay, I know Lamar Odom was on that team for sure, because he was the leading scorer in the season. I think that was he averaged 18 and 11 or some stuff like that.
Okay, before I take my little quick break, I'm gonna throw another one out here. So Rick RC, tell us, on that 04 Pistons squad, who do you say was the best player?
She.
Okay.
She makes everything go. To me, I ain't being biased because she is my all-time favorite power forward. That's just me, because my favorite team when I was younger was them Blazers teams. So the moment he got traded,
I told you.
The moment he got traded to Boston, because my at the time, my mom's boyfriend's a big Kobe fan, big Lakers fan. He's from LA. He know how I feel about Rasheed. Once he got traded to the Pistons, I'm like, dude, they're gonna win it. And then he was like, I can't even lie. That's they was so complete. That's why I was saying I'm not against Dwayne Wade going there. I just felt that I would have just, in my opinion, I would have drafted Melo, but I think that was such a complete team. Getting Rasheed there was the icing on the cake right there. That was the icing on the cake.
The icing on the cake.
And he was so unselfish. He come from the player he was in Portland to a team like that. Okay, you need me to space the floor, shoot the three, defend, rebound, along with Big Ben. That was just a complete team.
Yeah, it was from the top of the roster to the bottom of the roster. Gully just sent me a message in the private chat we got here. He had to go. He had to take care of something. And TJ, I know he got out of here because he didn't want to hear what we were talking about. And unfortunately, I got to step away for a moment. So I'm going to leave it. I'm going to turn things over to Double J and RC. But I will be back, y'all. Don't go nowhere.
I got to talk to Double J, man. We got to.
Yeah. Double J, you got the list. So go ahead and pick it up. And I'll come back when I get back.
Believe me, we're straying from the list. It's my list now.
We got a comment coming in right quick. Let me get to this comment right quick. Hold on.
TJ.
No, it's Miss Alva. All right, shout out to Miss Alva. I love Sheed on the 04 Pistons. I mean, I guaranteed it. I like that. I guaranteed it. But if I had to pick from the 04 Pistons, it would be Big Ben for sure. All right, Miss Alva. I mean,
That's because she was with there's a
Hold
picture
on.
of her
Did
and
you?
Ben from a couple weeks ago.
Oh, okay. No wonder. Oh, okay. Got you. Oh, wait a minute. Wait.
She's back in town, and then
Okay, got you. Okay. Okay. Oh, so that she got a little bite. Who got the Lucia today? Is what I want to know.
She does. She has the Lucia, and that's the Lucia.
Okay. All right, Miss Alva, Paige and Miss Paige and Mr. Alva. I'll be back in a few, y'all. Don't go anywhere.
All right. With that being said, we'll jump right into our first key commercial break.
It's Kate Cunningham, you watching the Shop Report.
It's Chris Murray, and you're watching the Shop Report.
Touch that dial. Stay tuned.
Braxton Key, you're dropping in on the Shop Report.
Hi, I'm Mars Man. We're at Commercial Stadium, and you're watching the Shop Report.
Hey, I'm Billy Butler, and thank you for watching the Shop Report. Hey guys, I'm Les Norman, former Kansas City Royal, and you're watching the Shop Report.
Barbershop Jay, Quentin Hines, Super Bowl champion. I'm ready. Let's do it. I'm on.
Commander Brown, Detroit Roosevelt Training, and I'm watching the Shop Report.
All right. No, I'll give the round of applause here. And so it's now the Double J show. And RC, yes, you're right. We got to settle this. So I took his list and it's already disintegrated. So right away, we're on the same page here with Rasheed Wallace. And then you brought up your love and affection for Carmelo Anthony. And yet you're suggesting that given that 04 Pistons team, you would have drafted his replacement. Just to make sure we're on the same page with this.
No. I felt even if they draft Melo, I still think they make that trade at the deadline for Sheed. I still think they do that. Because like at that time, I don't even think Melo was, especially back in that era, Melo did like him and LeBron was still, they were strong, but not as strong as they got into their prime. I don't think he was built to play the 4 position at that time. Like strictly small forward. Because I didn't really think they started using him at the power forward until he started playing USA basketball, really.
So given the nature of the foundation of that team with defense, this is where, something I was paying attention during the playoffs specifically was how Ja Morant was used in just within the zone that Memphis was running. And trying to determine, especially I was looking at it from the lens of Jaden Ivey because they both train together. There's all those other things there as far as the two being essentially the potential next variation of. So I'm looking at that and knowing that Pistons team was so defensive minded. Do you believe? I mean, look, I've never heard Carmelo in defense used as strengths in his career. But again, given the same set of circumstances, do you think he meshes from a purely defensive standpoint? Because again, you're saying he would have played the 3, implying that Tayshaun Prince's block on Reggie Miller would have never taken place if it was Carmelo Anthony.
They probably wouldn't even be in that situation if Melo there. They'd be blowing them out. Like Melo.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. Like they would blow them out, man. Like they went, like, you got to think about it, man. Like add that 21 points per game score to that defense. Who knows? I was talking with Barbershop the other day at work. Imagine if he's groomed underneath them and they win. The new narrative on Carmelo Anthony would be not if he can win, but can he win on his own? That would have been the narrative. Like you hear people like talk with Jason Kidd, like even Rasheed. They last year's on the Knicks. That was the last year, 2013, I believe. Rasheed Wallace and Jason Kidd both said he listens. He'll listen to the OGs. Like he's not gonna me being a big fan of Melo. he's not just gonna come in and do what he wants. Like, I think a lot of people that's against that move would think that's what his mentality to be. He's not gonna do that. Like, even he said himself with Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes, like, and Steven Jackson was on that Pacers team.
That's right.
Steven Jackson said, "I'm not gonna lie, I'm glad they didn't draft you, because that we wouldn't have beat y'all. Because that's his peers know what it's about. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not against the D-Wade fit. I'm just saying, like, they would have to probably move Rick earlier. But I just think the natural fit, like, for one thing, you know, personally, if he gets drafted there in those certain circumstances, you got a player that, all right, get move out the way and do your thing in certain situations. Not saying D-Wade can't do that, but I'm just saying, like, it's basically like a good problem to have, though. Like, I mean, I'm more so Melo go there, you more so Wade going there. I think we both agree Joe Dumars, he wet the bed on that pick. I don't know what he was thinking.
He said, so from what I recall, he was thinking that he had, which is a mistake everyone makes in life, from my perspective, which is that he had time, which was time to develop Darko into whatever it was they believed they could mold him into. And so it leads to kind of my next question within this. Outside of the malice at the palace, what was the ceiling for that Pacers group? You take that away.
Oh, wholeheartedly, they got a shot at getting the ring. That team, top to bottom, and like somebody like a Steven Jackson, he already said to this day he kind of is upset that with himself for doing that to Reggie, because I believe that was what Reggie's last year or close to his last year or something like that, and that was it. Like, you got to think about it. You got Jermaine O'Neal.
Yes.
You got Ron. You got Ron Artest. I believe Jamal Tinsley was the point guard.
Yes.
Like that, and Steven Jackson, like, they had it all. Then you go to the bench. Al Harrington was still on that team.
Yes.
Was Bender still there?
Yeah, that's what I mean. They were probably 10 deep.
Like, that team was. You got to look at it from the offensive end, and see, that's what brings you to the Carmelo situation. Like,
they were not bad defensively. Any team with a prime Ron, you can't say it's going to be bad defensively.
You would have had to need that extra outside shooting and that type of height, because Ron is a strong dude. What he like 6'7", 6'8", like, built like a bulldog. Like, top to bottom, they really they could have possibly won a ring. I don't know if you've seen the is it called the Malice in the Palace little mini documentary? Yeah. Like, I really enjoyed that and it took me back. And I was watching, I'm like, wow, that team was really talented. Like, they had everything. I don't even know what was a weakness on that team besides those suspensions and stuff like that.
It's interesting because of where we are currently with the construction of rosters, and you being very, GM and just team building as a strength and with the background in. Why is it that if we go back to that same year, you could make the case that there were teams like San Antonio that were deep? You had, of course, the Lakers. You had, who arguably did it what would have been the closest to current, just given the nature of Malone and Peyton going there right in that window. You had the Nets that were deep. You had, if I haven't said the Mavericks, they had a group. You could make the case for, I think at that point, well, T-Mac was still in Orlando, so I won't say Houston quite yet. But even then, I think that still would have been Mobley, Skip, Francis, and Yao. Would have been Yao's first or second year. So my question to you,
Timberwolves.
That's right, with Sprewell and
Cassell,
Cassell,
Zerbiak,
So my question to you is, are we at when the narrative presently is that universally, top to bottom, as TJ always says, who was the competition? And we just went through teams. In my best Don Cheadle Ocean's 13, they had teams that were great. Why is it that we look at the current status of the NBA where everyone is supposed to be elevated and better from a talent standpoint, as TJ often says, and we struggle to find exactly that, teams?
I argue with TJ all the time about this. It's certain elements you can play both sides with, like with these players up like nowadays versus the players from back then. And I was actually having a debate earlier on Facebook about this situation too. It's like I think the guards are a little bit more explosive than that back end era. I think the bigs are, of course, playing differently. They're going out shooting more, but I think you can make the argument that it's players from the era, like that old school era, that even be even more better in this era than they were in their era playing. Like I don't think, like some of these things. Like I was already having an argument like earlier. Somebody said Rudy Gobert is on the same level as the prime Shaquille O'Neal.
What?
Like, yeah, like situations like that. Like it's kind of hard. Like, you know what I mean? It's like you got to compare different eras and stuff like that. The pace of the game, how it's being played, how you were able to defend versus then versus now. So a lot of things is in play for that conversation.
So given the fact that we brought up the 03, 04, Pistons and beyond,
okay,
and Darko Milicic specifically,
okay,
if Darko were to be drafted today, with the way that the game is played, does he have a more impactful career?
That's an interesting question. I mean, they said Joe Dumars was impressed with him hitting, like, I guess he went like 15 for 15 on open jump shots in his workout or something like that. Like, I mean, could he be kind of like a Yusef Nurkic type of guy? Like, wow. I never looked at it like that before. Like, I can say this, it might be easier for him in this era. I could say that.
Why do you say easier?
Like how the defense being played, like he might become like a Yusef Nurkic type, maybe. Like I said, they said Joe Dumars said he was impressed, like with his draft workout. He was knocking down like 15 for 15 on jump shots, 20 for 20 on jump shots, being a 7-footer. And then how the game is played today, like it's not a lot of physicality being played, like especially during the bigs. Like now you was talking about Carmelo's defense, like, and I didn't even know this, and I'm a Melo fan. Did you know Melo had more blocks than DeAndre Ayton this past season? I would have never guessed that.
Wait. Just this past season?
Yes. He had more blocks than DeAndre Ayton. So like the game, the physicality is not that many post up players at the big man position. I mean, there's people capable like an Embiid, of course.
Hey, I'm back. Hold on. We got to switch this up here. Hold on. Okay, that's more like
wait a minute, Barbershop. I wanted to hear the rest of that. He was on to something, I think.
Oh, okay. What were you on to? Go ahead, Rick.
The question was, just so you're in tune, was we've talked a lot about the 04 Pistons and that group as a whole. Okay. And given the way that the game has changed, would Darko Milicic have a more impactful career if he were to drafted present day?
Heck no.
He was answering.
Oh, Rick, you were saying yeah? Go ahead, finish. Let me hear what you got to say. Go ahead. I appreciate y'all for staying with us too while I took my little momentary respite. Go ahead. What was you saying, Rick? Oh, he freezing up on us. Oh, wow. Is it something I did?
Something he had mentioned just for clarity, until we get him back here, was that he felt, and he referenced Dumar's comments about his pre-workout and his ability to hit jump shots, which truthfully, if you actually go back to the highlights of when he played in Serbia, he was able to do exactly that. He spaced the floor as a big. He really did meet, and that's what is something that's always kind of interested me. And given his kind of more GM based vantage point, it's something that I don't think is talked about enough. Is that the game? And that was what I was going to lead. My final question was going to be what impact or view was the European game on the current game, which is I was going to pull up here. I have a clip because Jalen Rose, Southwest Detroit's own, was had some comments that ruffled the feathers of a Fox News host.
Okay, hold that thought. Did you get to Mrs. Alva's comments?
No, because she's on the Lou show.
Stop that! Stop that! She said she would still pick Big Ben. Also, yes, I do. Yes, you do. What, Miss Alva? Yeah, I'm not partial. I'm impartial. You know what I mean? So, when I'm on here, you can leave your comments. I'm going to make sure they be seen on this screen. Absolutely. Mrs. Alva, a big supporter of the P program.
Host.
Yeah.
Different hosts, different rules.
Yeah. Okay. So what are you going to do? You going to play the clip or no?
I was going to get it pulled up here.
Okay, do that. But in the meantime, I'll respond to that. And hopefully we get Rick back. Sorry, Rick. I don't know what happened to you there. But you know how this is show business, it's always some technical difficulties. But I'll say this. I didn't see anything from Darko's game that suggests whether it was that he would be effective then or now. And I'm not, and me, I'm not real big on comparison.
But remember, not from what you've seen during his time in the NBA, but what I would call somewhat of the hype or just the video footage and things that were deemed facts at that point in time, which was his ability to space the floor. When he was hitting open jump shots, like what would be the FIBA 3-point line, I remember that was the only thing that really caught my attention, because remember, Dirk was really breaking through, in 2001, 2002, kind of leading up to this. And as Gully and others had pointed out, that every team was searching for something like that. He was, because of his age, being 18, he looked naturally faster. Dirk was never he was never going to blow you away with his speed. But
see, that's the thing. I don't mean to cut you off, but I don't have a problem with a guy. Well, to me, it's always two sides to every coin. Let me say it this way. If you're in this country, and when you turn 18, you're old enough to do what? Go to war. You get what I'm trying to say? So if you're 18 and you get a shot at the NBA, I don't have a problem with that. You get what I'm trying to tell you? But in neither case, and I'm not comparing to, I'm just saying, you're not prepared. How many 18-year-old guys even though I'm okay with a guy making, if you're old enough, listen, when it comes to the law, you're an adult. But do you know life at 18? Really? You get what I'm trying to tell you? How prepared are you at 18 to really play in the NBA? How polished are you? How many polished 18-year-olds do you know made it to the NBA? What are we looking at here? Okay.
So basically, as for those that are unaware, Jalen Rose had ruffled some feathers by suggesting that the way basketball was played now is good compared to, and this in particular gentleman, Todd Pyro, wanted to had some alternative views, and I wanted to gauge your thoughts on this.
Okay, hold on. Okay, you gotta. Oh wow.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, we got
Hey, listen to this, TJ. What do you think?
Hold on, we got the People's Champion back, y'all. Shout out to Mr. People's Man, who are you gonna ever be anybody just the same person, or are you gonna be somebody different? Are you gonna be somebody every week? I just need to know. So I can get you a reversible jersey. Anywho. No. Okay, got you. I don't know what you're saying. No to. There you go, man. You just want to hear that button. Double J, I can't really make it out, so why don't you read that?
Here, I'll blow it up for you.
Okay, please do.
There we go.
Oh, whoa. Okay, cancel. No, I'm on call to cancel Rushmore. Not on my watch. I don't know, but okay,
Here we go. Ready?
Okay, yeah, ready. All right.
We're gonna go full basketball here. Tafoya, get ready. He's part of this left that likes to tear things down that are good. And in his sport, basketball, it was good in the 80s when you had Magic, Jordan, Bird. Now, and that was American. People were throwing elbows, boxing out, actually playing defense. Now what they have is this European style that Jalen Rose, supports. It's all European. People just shoot threes. It's not basketball. It's un-American. I know it's a stretch, but I wanted to play sports with Tafoya.
Wow.
There you go.
Okay. Did you get hit by an elbow there?
I did. Thanks.
All right.
Oh,
that
wow.
Guy funny. That guy.
So
funny.
Jalen Rose had suggested that the Mount Rushmore term shouldn't be utilized as it pertains to in reference to your top 4 or 5. Because again, that it doesn't sit right with the NBA.
Well, but see, my stance on that whole thing. I don't do top lists. Here's what I keep telling people. Most people, and I don't discredit anybody, but most people who discuss the game nowadays did not see the game that I saw. Like I try to tell my sons, because we go back and forth.
But why your brain don't work the right way when they say they list though? They only can tell you they list from their point of view.
Okay, but here's what I'm trying to tell you. You can't. Okay, I'm gonna say what I say to my sons. I've seen your era, and I've seen my era, and I've seen your era. You've only seen your era. In other words, my sample size is way bigger.
But you only like your era though.
No, I don't. What are you talking about? I like LaMelo. Are you serious? Anyway, I'm not even about to go down that road.
You literally
did too many shows.
Man, stop it. It's a whole nother
I call it I call it the Today BA because of the style of play.
So let me ask you then, because that was the part 2 to this in that
the style
clip
of
there,
play,
which was that particular Fox News guy specifically attacked the way that the game is being played, and he referenced our host's era as to what he.
Okay, listen. So I don't disagree with the guy with what he said, but what I don't like is what he said. I listen. From a fundamental standpoint, I don't disagree with what he said. Listen, do we need to accentuate that guy's point? Do we need to throw that chart back up here? Do we need to really throw the chart back up here? Do we need to do that? I don't think so. He has a point, but I don't disregard this game. What I'm saying to you is the era that he's talking about, the one I grew up in, for the most part, when you sat down to watch a game, you had a pen and pad. Nowadays, it's popcorn. There's a difference. But that don't mean I don't like certain players and such. Here's the deal. Ja Morant, LaMelo Ball. I love them type of dudes. But if you look at their style of play, the way that they play the game, I love Brandon Ingram too. I like CJ McCollum. If you look at the style of play in the way they play the game, they have a combination of, they have some old school flavor with some new school spice. I ain't mad at that. What I don't like is everybody, for the most part, will come down and shoot threes because everybody wants to be Steph Curry. You have guys shooting threes that have no business shooting threes. Period. We talked about the mid-range game.
I'm tired of y'all giving this way the game is played to Steph Curry. I'm gonna just be the first to say it. It's not.
What do you mean?
It's more. It's more D'Antoni than anybody. That's what style it is now. We got to stop giving it to a Steph Curry. It's Mike D'Antoni style.
No,
That's who style it is. I don't want to hear it.
No. I'm talking about the abundance of threes.
It don't matter.
What do you mean?
The Suns were playing that brand of basketball before anybody.
No, listen. No,
it was all about a layup or a three on that 8-second offense, bro. And y'all know it too, man. Just think about what we used to see from the Suns.
Okay, listen. I'm not saying the D'Antoni style, but D'Antoni style is what? Like the stock market too. It's inconsistent. It's consistently inconsistent.
I just feel like he didn't know how to perfect his craft, but he had the right ideas in terms of what matters most. Three-pointers are more than 2-pointers. But
yeah, because the number 3 is going to be more than 2, but it's the volume. It's the attempts. If you take 25 threes and you miss 21 of them, you don't keep shooting them and you keep missing them. You have to go. Where's the balance? In other words, in his offense, where's the balance?
Well, that's what coaching comes in.
Okay, that's fine. But again, you just said D'Antoni. Where's the balance?
Well, let me say something. D'Antoni, I'm talking about strictly the Suns. D'Antoni, they wasn't missing their shots. They was putting up 100, 115 a night at a good clip.
So I'm glad you said that. So in other words, they was hitting triple digits, right? That's what you're saying, right? Go look up when the Lakers played the Jazz on the night Kareem broke the scoring record.
Why?
Because they put up triple digits in that game too. And you know how many threes they took combined in that game in particular? 2.
Nobody don't want to watch that though.
Okay, but what I'm saying to you is, you telling me that that's the only way you can get to triple digits? Is by shooting?
No. Look at the greatest game as far as points scored was Pistons and Nuggets.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying to you is they put up triple digits, is what he's saying. But they put up the triple digits in this more modern era that he's referring to or making reference to. Look at the 3-point attempts. These guys today cannot get to triple digits without triple digits in 3-point attempts.
I just want to know, what is your problem with people shooting threes, man?
Listen, let me be more specific. I don't have a problem with shooting threes. I'm on record for saying that. What I'm saying is,
you on record for saying it, but it sounds like you and Rich, y'all, it seems like y'all have a problem with people shooting threes.
No, I have a problem when they're ill-advised.
They're not, based on those numbers we talked about.
I don't watch any games where they shooting contested threes unless it's at the end of the shot clock.
I know you don't see because you're partial. I know you don't see no games where they're taking contested threes. But what I'm saying to you is, look at the offensive possessions, and you tell me that on each one of them possessions where a 3 was took, ask yourself, is that the best thing he could have got in that possession? That's the best shot he could have got?
Okay, now back in your day, when y'all was posting up for half of the possession, and
what do you mean? Dale Curry wasn't no post-up player.
Hold on.
Kevin Johnson wasn't no post-up player.
Listen, when y'all was taking them poke, because the whole game was predicated around the big man back then, right?
Predicated around big men who could go inside and out, or guys who went outside but did not forget to come back inside on occasion.
Man, listen, man. Half of them games, no, more than half of them games.
All right.
You watching somebody post up. They was posting up and taking contested layups, bro.
Okay, so wait a minute. Okay, so let me ask you this question then. What's a high percentage shot?
Open dunk or an open 3.
How is that high percentage?
Because it's open and they professional players.
So you mean to tell me
is a high percentage.
Hold on, Ricardo. So you mean to tell me if you're 2 feet away from the basket and you take a shot, that's not high percentage? That's not a high percentage attempt?
If it's contested, no.
What if it's so what if you one of them teams that installed a Pete Carrillo type offense?
He don't know who that.
What if you're one of those teams that installed a Pete Carrillo type offense? Because that's what a lot of teams in the mid 90s and early 2000s, that's the type of offenses they ran. They didn't run a lot of, listen, if you was a ball handler in the 90s, You didn't need ball screens. You didn't need. They wasn't running 1-4 all game, every game, like you see now. 4, 5 people sitting up under the basket, one player up top, and then call for a ball screen.
See, Double J, I got it. You
How?
see, it just came out. They didn't do
How?
what they doing now.
How?
He don't like it to the DBA, bro. In his own voice, he just
No, I'm
said,
asking.
I mean,
listen,
it is soft. I mean,
listen, but I'm
y'all can call it whatever y'all want. These soft players will blow them old players.
no,
out.
not necessarily.
Yes, they would.
Because me and Double J was just
We
before
were just getting there.
Just talking because it's some certain players from the old school era that'll be way better in this era. Like you talk about Steph. You don't know about my mood.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
About
Don't
my
do
mood.
it. Don't.
You don't know about my mood. I'm doing Raul. You don't know about
bro.
my mood.
Stop saying that man's name, bro.
That boy was
Why?
He's not Steph Curry, bro.
So okay, so listen. So what couldn't he do that Steph can do?
Have you seen Steph play?
Oh my God. What could he not do that Steph could do?
He ain't gonna make your defense stretch all the way out like Steph do.
Yeah, he did.
This era,
I don't believe it, bro. I don't believe it.
Did you see him play? Did you see Michael Abdul play?
No.
Listen. Why did he change the game of basketball?
See, this is what you ain't realizing what Barbershop Jay saying. They not allowing him to just walk up. They not allowing him to just walk up. They not allowing him to just walk up.
Rick, that's what I keep trying to tell people. It's no way in the world you're gonna roll the ball up the floor and then let it roll and then pick it up after half court.
I can tell you right now, Dennis
But
Johnson,
the amount of energy being used to have a full court press that team would have gotten exposed. Any team that attempted to do that, they would have absolutely broken that quickly and gotten a shot off within the first 7 seconds of the shot clock.
Let me say this to you, man. Anytime you watch a game in this modern era and both teams combine for 125 3-pointers in one game, I don't care about your percentages and nothing else. That's terrible.
What?
Pick any one of them games when the Cavs played the Warriors in 2016. Game 5, game 6, game 7, however many games we win, pick any one of them games. And go look at the amount of threes made versus the amount of threes attempted. That's insane.
Bro, go watch one of them old games where they was missing mid-range.
Hey, and I just told you the Lakers and the Utah Jazz, the night Kareem broke the scoring record, go look at that score in that game. How did they get to triple digits with only 2 3-pointers being attempted?
So who's to blame? Is it the European game, or is it, as TJ pointed out, Mike D'Antoni or Don Nelson or anyone that was really pushing the tempo?
Game because that's why Lucas said it's easier to play in the NBA than where he from. That's why Damian Lillard struggled in this past Olympics.
I was just getting ready to say that.
Excuse me, but before y'all get him a pat on the back, did Luka win a championship over there?
I don't know.
I ain't from over there. I know he was the MVP.
He ain't.
Why you got your? Okay, but what do that have to do? What do him winning the championship or not winning the championship have to do with his effectiveness over here?
Listen, he said it's so easy over here. Why he ain't won nothing?
Because
he just came to Western Conference Finals appearance, TJ. He's not even 25 yet, TJ.
Listen,
TJ.
Why you got your hand over the phone? Why you got your hand over the phone?
He went to the finals at 22.
Okay, but let me ask you this question: what player ever won?
Magic went to the finals and won the finals in his rookie year.
What player ever won an NBA championship by himself?
And it's easier to play.
It's
no defense being played.
If it's real easy, he at least should have had a championship by now. It ain't easy.
Come on, man.
The championship is a team effort. Yeah, you got to.
That's a team. It's a team sport still.
That's gonna take you over the top, but that's a team effort. Look at the Robert Horrys. Come on, man.
see one right here.
Look at not only the Robert Ory's, look at the Ray Allens.
Oh
And
yeah,
the Sean Elliott's.
I still don't like Sean Elliott from that game when he shot against the Blazers in '99. Was that
I know a lot of people say that, but what I'm saying to you is this: if what Lucas said had no merit, then them USA players, when they went over there a couple clicks ago, they wouldn't have had no trouble. Guys like Dame Lillard, who be busting dudes every night, is a star over here. They wouldn't have had no trouble adjusting to that game over there.
They don't play over there.
Okay, they don't have to do it, but you're a ball player. What difference do it make? If you're a hooper, it don't matter what park I go to, whether I come to your house or my house. So my game all of a sudden ain't the same because I go down on go to play at Woodhill versus the Rucker.
Excuse me, you talking about
man?
One,
come on, man.
You talking
come
about
on
one year when they lost?
I don't care.
And they won 99 other years.
I don't care. They shouldn't have struggled
listen,
at all.
A broke clock right twice a day. You know that, right?
Oh, okay. You want to blame for that? And they shouldn't have struggled. You're a professional.
You really shouldn't be even talking, man. You don't know who drives in Petrovich is.
Bruh, at this point, he's nobody.
Well, go ahead, Double J. Be his buddy on that one. Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought.
He don't.
Man, come on, man.
When the last time you heard his name besides on this show, bro? Stop saying that man's name.
Wow. You see that? You see that? You see that right there?
Y'all like he's Lim Bias or come on, man. I ain't trying to hear that.
Okay.
How you know about Lim Bias but don't know about Drazen Petrovic?
Because listen,
because he
bro,
he watched ESPN. He watched ESPN, man.
I'm watching today.
Let me ask you this:
That's what I
since
watch.
you talk about the older players, who you think are better, a prime Klay Thompson or Glenn Rice?
A prime? No,
I stutter?
I ain't gonna lie. Glenn Rice is raw.
Oh, okay. So that's one of the plumbers you were talking about, correct?
No.
You said it's not but plumbers.
I seen Glenn Rice play. I don't know what you talking about.
But hold on. But you always talking about the competition back then. Glenn Rice played back then.
Back when?
In the 90s.
Late 80s.
No. You're not about to do that. You're not about to do that.
Okay, well, let me ask you this then. Let me throw Baron Davis out there at you.
BD, a bucket. What are you talking about?
What about T-Mac?
A bucket. I told you in his prime back.
I'm about to throw a name, but I guarantee you he don't know nothing about.
What nobody say.
What about Rex Chapman? What about Rex Chapman?
No, he called him a scrub before.
Rex Chapman?
What about Rex Chapman?
I know who Rex Grossman is.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? See, this is the stuff I'm talking about. Yeah, okay, yeah, right, got you. Double J, where'd you leave off at?
We ignored your topics, but RC, what do you think about this? So Jalen Rose said it's un-American.
Play the clip again, okay, Double J. Play the clip again so he can see it. Hold on, RC. He can ready to play this clip again. Hold on.
Ready when you are.
Go ahead. You want me to bring it up?
Yep. Good.
Yep. Play it. Yep.
We're going to go full basketball here, Tafoya. Get ready. He's part of this left that likes to tear things down that are good. And in his sport, basketball, it was good in the 80s when you had Magic, Jordan, Bird. Now, and that was American. People were throwing elbows, boxing out, actually playing defense. Now what they have is this European style that Jalen Rose, supports. It's all European. People just shoot threes. It's not basketball. It's un-American. I know it's a stretch, but I wanted to play sports with Tafoya.
Wow.
There you go.
Okay. Did you get hit by an elbow there?
I did. Thanks.
Okay, you know what? Let me ask this question. I'm glad he said that. Oh, RC, we got to get you back over here, man. What happened to you, man? Okay, there you go. Well, technical difficulties. Based on what he just said, because I didn't catch it the first time, but I just caught it this time. What he said about teams actually play defense. That was one of the questions on the script today. Name 10 current, and you ain't even got to name 10. But give me more than a handful of current NBA players who give full effort on the defensive end of the floor.
Full effort?
Yeah.
In today's game?
Yeah, in the today BA. Let me say it again. I picked a number in particular, but you ain't even got to give me this number. I said name 10 current NBA players who give full effort on the defensive side of the floor.
Giannis.
Okay, that's one.
Giannis, Kawhi.
Okay.
Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, Rudy.
Really?
Paul George when he
Really?
Paul George when he want to.
Really?
I ain't putting Draymond in there. I think his defense is overrated.
It don't matter if it's
D-Ron.
overrated. Do he give you full effort?
D-Ron weighing in.
Pat Bev, thank you, D-Ron. My man, I'm glad. Yes.
Pat Bev, Draymond Green.
Stop being biased.
Dylan Brooks.
Okay. I like Scotty Barnes. Even though he a rookie, I like Scotty Barnes.
The guard used to play for the Lakers and the Celtics. Light skin.
You?
Yeah, I mean, you know, who else could it be?
I like
Marcus Smart.
Marcus Smart.
Drew Holiday.
Oh yeah, true, definitely true.
Yeah,
Holiday.
true. Okay.
Siakam.
Okay.
Evan Mobley.
Our center.
Evan Mobley.
Jared Allen.
Marcus Smart, if we didn't say it already.
DeJounte Murray.
Come on,
I like
what are you trying to
DeJounte
say?
Murray.
But listen.
Jimmy Butler.
Okay, listen.
PJ Tucker.
Okay, but listen.
Yep.
You see outside of Ricardo right here. You see what y'all got to do? You got to get your phones. You got to Google. You got to look at TJ's forehead. Look at TJ's forehead. He's got a wrinkle and it look like a raisin right now. You get what I'm trying to tell you? Look at it. I'm trying to tell you. You see what I'm saying?
I'm trying to go team for team. That's
okay. Well,
saying.
he said even say Jimmy Butler. Okay. Good job, fellas. Good job. Now go ahead, Ricardo. You can weigh in on the.
Go back in the day. Go back in the day. Give me
Oh,
five
yeah,
players
Thibault,
back
definitely.
in the day.
Oh,
What?
Sidney Moncrief.
Give me
Moncrief. David Robinson, Hakeem Olajuwon, Dennis Rodman, Michael Jordan,
Ron Harper,
Scottie
Bill
Pippen.
Lambier.
man, bye. I'm done.
What you mean, Bob? What you mean, Bob?
He hates you.
Michael Cooper. Cooper.
Yeah, definitely, Mike. Shout out, Snow Man. Go ahead, Double J. You can Mutombo, Ben Wallace. Yeah, okay, got you. All right, yeah, okay, I got you.
Gary
yeah, go ahead,
Payton.
Double J.
Gary Payton.
Yeah.
Xavier McDaniel.
I got you, man.
Kevin Johnson.
According to yours, John Stockton too.
No, ain't nobody said. Man, come on, man.
John Stockton will post your little butt up.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead, Double J. You can send it. What's that? I'm getting real bad feedback, man. Somebody clicking real bad.
That's TJ looking up information because he don't watch basketball game.
Is that what that is?
I know enough about basketball to know
Terry
Carmelo
Cummings.
ain't got no highlights.
Yeah, how about you go look at him? He about to pass Shaq in scoring, brother. Come on, man. You gotta have highlights if you about to do that.
Hey, listen.
Your boy was feared. Your boy was that boy was feared. That boy was feared.
College.
Nobody wanted to go in. No, nobody. Oh yeah, you want to take it there? That's his rookie of the year too. Yeah, I'm starting the debate. That's his rookie of the year.
They gave it to Bron. I'm
there?
sorry, they gave it to both of them.
No, it's Melo. His win shares was better, and his Nuggets went to the playoffs, brother.
He had a better team.
I ain't trying to hear that. Ricky Davis averaged 20 points per game.
Man, bro, don't say Ricky.
Harry Styles, Carlos Boozer,
Ilgauskas.
Why we can't mention
You know
Ricky
what, though?
Davis? Why we can't mention what Ricky Davis averaged when we mention what everybody else is average?
Look at that 02. You look at that season or 03, and look at the Central Division, right? You had the loaded Pacers, you had the Pistons. That's not fair for a rookie LeBron.
It was fair for Carmelo to be in that Western Conference. They won 50 games, and they was the HC.
Hello.
They won 50 games his rookie year.
Yeah,
I gotta go
or
find
49.
that. I gotta go find. I gotta
He
go
said
find
Melo,
that.
Melo did get drafted to a better team, though.
What's the?
I mean, nah,
what's the
I wouldn't even
question-
say that.
What's the question at large?
Bron higher APG than Melo too that year.
That's the only thing he did average more was assists.
So Snowman,
it's getting real choppy.
There's a Fox News clip because Jalen Rose does not want Mount Rushmore being used anymore in reference to the top players. But the host had some additional comments that he made in reference to the current status of the NBA versus
TJ, I think that's
yesteryear.
you, man. Hold on, let me mute somebody right quick. Hold up. Let me mute somebody right quick. Let me see something. Go ahead. Keep going. Hello? Go ahead, keep going.
That was Double J who was
Yeah, he can ready to throw the clip back up.
I'm gonna throw the clip back up here.
Yeah, go ahead. TJ, you still with us?
He's here. He's just
Yeah, I just muted me. I muted my mic.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's TJ. I think it's you. Yeah, I think so. But it's all good. Maybe when you go to speak, just unmute it when you go to speak. Maybe. Hold on, we got another comment coming in. Go ahead, Double J. Throw the clip up again. I don't even hear the term Mount Rushmore no more. It's all GOAT talk.
That's true.
Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm glad he said that.
It's the truth.
I'm glad he said that.
Well, hey, listen, if you got the GOAT plan, you can use the word GOAT.
He ain't the GOAT. He ain't the GOAT. He ain't the GOAT.
You got the GOAT shooter too, so you can use the
I knew you was
word
gonna
GOAT
say
again.
that.
LeBron isn't the GOAT, TJ.
You know something? I will say something that'll make RC Stafford happy and the rest of the panel happy, except TJ, because I've said it on my show and Cole Johnson's been with me. LeBron's GOAT candidacy status ended after JJ Barea posted his blank up in 2000.
Thank you.
Yeah, for real.
Thank you.
All right. Let me say this too. Let me say this right quick. When you say that term, greatest of all time, being for or of all time up to and including the present, or should I say, if you say that someone or something is, for example, the best writer of all time or the most successful movie of all time, you mean that they are the best or most successful that there has ever been.
Yeah.
You can't say that about him, whether how much you like him or not. You cannot say he's the best that there has ever been. That's what greatest of all time means. That term is used so loosely and so frivolously, it is sickening because people use it because
man. Time out.
It is.
Time out.
It is.
I'm tired of y'all.
Listen, TJ.
Hold on, Snowman. Hold on, Snowman. Let him say what he's tired of.
Listen, I done heard people say Floyd Mayweather is the greatest of all time. Even though I don't agree, they still got their opinion, and they can think that's the greatest boxer they ever seen.
But is the opinion? Listen, it's not about your opinion. Everybody's entitled to an opinion, but is your opinion unrealistic? To say somebody got an opinion is like saying, well, you can't do X, Y, and Z. Why? Because it's the law. That's not the point. The point is the principle. Is the law just or unjust? We all know you can't do this or say that. Yeah, everybody got an opinion, just like the law is the law. But is your opinion realistic?
Well,
you cannot say your favorite player just because.
Hold on. Why is my opinion not realistic when it's a debate on TV every day?
It's not a debate.
It is.
Listen.
You listening to those people. These the same people that said DeMar DeRozan was the worst free agent signing this past offseason.
Thank you.
I don't listen to them. I watch basketball. I caught that later in the Michael Jordan and all of LeBron's career, but I can go back and watch. There's no way you can say that man is better than another wing player that won Defensive Player of the Year and MVP in the same year as a wing player.
Listen. Oh man, Snowman dropped out. Sorry about that. But that's my point. Listen, you cannot just because a dude is happening right now, don't make him the best there has ever been. It does not.
He can't even shoot 80% from the free throw line. He can't even shoot 80% from the free throw line.
What you say? Your opinion is what?
It's not by itself. This ain't me. I'm not the only person in the world who thinks this.
I don't care how many people
I'm
share
not
the same
only
opinion.
person in the world. It's people from your generation. Listen, man. My same uncle who was on this show and said Sidney Poitier is a better actor than Denzel Washington, and y'all gave him a hurrah. He told me,
but nobody said Sidney Poitier was the best that there has ever been. No, that's not the same.
I'm not done. He told me Larry Bird was the greatest player he ever seen until he seen LeBron James. So now his opinion don't matter. What he thinks don't matter because don't agree with it.
No. Did you hear what I said?
You agreed that Sidney Poitier was above Denzel Washington.
Listen. What? So you are intentionally misconstruing the point I'm trying to make here. That's crafty, but you're not crafty enough. I didn't say Sidney Poitier was the best there had ever been. We were having a conversation about those two, Denzel and Sidney Poitier. What I'm saying to you is, in the NBA in particular, the NBA was born in 1947. So from 1947 to date, currently, all of the players who played in the NBA, you cannot say a player who's playing today. I wouldn't even say that about Jordan, in my opinion. I cannot sit here and say that one player is the best to ever have been. That's a finite statement, or indefinite, or like you saying finito, finish. You can't say that about one player who's playing currently, that he's the best there ever has been. Yeah, that's why your volume went.
All right, I'm gonna. Can I play the clip?
Man, come on,
Double
man.
J, talk to him.
Man, listen, to say a dude is the greatest of all time. I know you don't. I know you don't want to hear it. Hold on, let me get to this comment. Let me get Jordan 3-peated, went to play baseball, came back and 3-peated again. Okay, yeah, okay, hey. The Black Acting Rank episode was great. Yeah, shout out to that. Nobody said Sidney Poitier.
But anyway,
I did.
Anyway,
Double
J. Go ahead.
All right. I'm gonna play this one more time here.
Yeah, play the clip one more time.
All right, Snowman's listening, so here we go.
Go full basketball here, Tafoya. Get ready. He's part of this left that likes to tear things down that are good. And in his sport, basketball, it was good in the 80s when you had Magic, Jordan, Bird. Now, and that was American. People were throwing elbows, boxing out, actually playing defense. Now what they have is this European style that Jalen Rose, supports. It's all European. People just shoot threes. It's not basketball. It's un-American. I know it's a stretch, but I wanted to play sports with Tafoya.
Wow.
Okay.
What do you say, Snowman? Oh, but hold on. Before you say that, let me throw this out here one more again. I got another one for you. If you say that something is the all-time best, you mean that it is the best thing of its type that there has ever been. Once again, how can you say that? All the great players who done played in the NBA.
I don't care what type of description you get for it. That's LeBron names. His picture should be right by it.
Okay, because his picture is right by yours. Go ahead, Snowman. Go ahead, weigh in.
First of all, yeah, let's mute TJ so I can give him a little education here. Listen to me.
Yes, please.
There cannot be a greatest of all time, especially when we're comparing different eras. We're talking about from 1947 to present. There have been a group of players in each and every era of which LeBron has never had an era, thank you very much, that has represented the NBA very well. Among the populace, the greatest of all time would indeed be Michael Jeffrey Jordan. I would be one of that opinion were it not for the fact that I've seen and I've watched basketball. I've watched NBA since 1980. Were it not for, I don't know, fellas like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, that came before Michael Jordan. And Michael Jordan.
Dr. J.
Julius Erving, thank you very much, out of Massachusetts, that came before Michael Jordan showed up in 1984. And even when Michael Jordan showed up in 1984, you had a couple of fellows by the name of Isaiah Thomas and Joe Dumars that were playing well. You had a point guard by the name of the one and only Mark Price, who shared the backcourt.
Man, LeBron clearly better than all three of them little guards.
Can you let the man speak, brother?
Yeah, let him finish.
See, this is why I school folks like TJ on my morning show 5 days a week. Mark Price.
I'm waiting for my invite. I'm waiting for it.
You're getting it now. Shut it. Mark Price shared the backcourt with a young fella out of California we'd like to call Kevin Johnson. It took Kevin Johnson going to Phoenix to blossom. And I'm going to say something that's going to really rile up TJ's feathers, because if you want to just go by position, I can give you 3 forwards right now, 2 of them that are not in the Hall of Fame but should be, that have played better fundamentally sound basketball than LeBron James. The
Hey,
Hall
I'm
of
about to
Fame
get off
name,
this show, bro. I'm about to get off this show, man.
I
See you
know.
later,
You say
alligator.
any name that I don't recognize, I'm gone.
Yeah, we know.
Okay.
We know.
Then you're
Yeah.
not
You older than me, TJ. You older than me. How I know player?
You gonna be
Listen,
Brian
TJ.
Artest?
Then you know for a fact you're not going to recognize the 2 names I'm going to tell you right now. Then you can just go right now, because the 2 names I have for you right now, both were Seattle Supersonics before they went to blossom with other teams. One of them goes by the name of Jack Sikma. The other goes by the name of Tom Chambers.
Yep.
Ooh, Chambers, boy. That boy had game.
And Tom Chambers, due to an injury, listen to me carefully, TJ, did something LeBron has never done, and that's win MVP in his hometown. The year was 1987. He stepped in for an injured Ralph Sampson in Seattle, and in front of
LeBron won 3
34,190.
MVPs here. But anyway, go ahead, man.
Obviously, you didn't listen to my full sentence.
He never does. He has selective retention.
That ain't all he's got selective. But Tom Chambers has done something LeBron James has never done. That's win the All-Star Game MVP, I repeat it for a second time, in his hometown. Because Chambers wasn't even supposed to start that game in 1987. He started it due to an injury to another Hall of Famer we like to call Ralph Sampson.
Yeah, that's right. Sure did. Yeah.
He started in place of Ralph Sampson, and I don't know, dropped 34 points, grabbed 10 rebounds, and helped the West to a 154-149 overtime win in the Kingdome in front of 34,000 at the Kingdome. And if you watch the game, oh yeah, he was. Tom James was better.
Yeah.
People don't pay attention to my sentence when I put the word fundamentally better.
Listen, but just because a guy is your favorite player don't make him the best player ever. How many players played in the NBA? And I don't care about eras.
Thousands.
Okay.
Thousands.
How many players played in the NBA since the NBA been around? Did they just celebrate 75 years or something crazy 10 minutes ago? You trying to tell me in 75 years of basketball, one guy is better than every player that ever played? That is asinine. That's not crass. That's not indignant. That is asinine. Just because a guy is your favorite player does not make him the best player ever. Period. It don't. I mean, and now I don't care if it's your opinion or not. You know what they say about opinions too, don't they?
If there was one player, if there was one player that stood above everyone else, and everyone has their opinion, you wouldn't have eras like the Showtime Lakers. You wouldn't have the blue-collar Boston Celtics. You wouldn't have the Bill Russell-led Boston Celtics. God bless Bill Russell. Right. You wouldn't have the Bad Boys era in the Detroit Pistons. You wouldn't have the Bulls run from 91 through 98. You wouldn't have the fundamentally Spurs. You wouldn't have the Golden State Warriors. You wouldn't have the Lakers of the early 2000s. So it's completely asinine, to echo Barbershop Jay's point. And I've watched basketball for 41 years. You have eras. You can't have a greatest of all time because you're saying one individual stands above everybody. And a lot of people have an opinion on who that is.
Yeah,
a lot
and
of
listen,
people
and
have
I
an
don't
opinion on who that is.
and I do not have a problem with that. And I'm just use NFL just
Tom Chambers was not a better player than
the
LeBron.
concept is this. I'm just using the concept. I'm sliding to the NFL for a second. To me, it is a pointless water cooler. People substituting real reality with television reality, TELLA vision reality, because that's what all of them talk shows really are now. It's a pointless debate. How can you say when people say this guy's better than that guy?
Wait a minute.
Hold on. Let me finish. What I'm saying is Pick it. I don't pick whatever you want to pick. When they pick linebackers, whatever. I heard some guys earlier was talking about Lawrence Taylor was garbage. He wouldn't be better than forget the linebacker they pick nowadays. But here's what I'm saying to you.
D'Amico Ryans.
Okay, whoever it was.
It was
I don't know who it was. But you to say this guy was better than that guy or better than everybody else, but you have to bring along what were the rules then? Because, like for instance, Deacon Jones was famous for his head slap. You can't do that now. Or
and they outlawed
in the 80s, yeah, they outlawed it. Or in the 80s, you could chop block. Ask Mark Shrelliff. So you have to bring along all of the factors have to be the same in order to even begin to have the thought to have that conversation.
That's where I'm going to stop you there because
they have to be.
We've spent an enormous sum of time on this program where you tried to tell me that the game was progressing, but it was still the same game. When I was telling you, that it's not the same game. When it was,
I said we were talking about evolve versus progressing. The game has not evolved. What I'm saying to you is the things that they could do in Lawrence Taylor's era, offensively, they can't do that now. That's all I'm saying. So you can't say this guy versus that guy is better than everybody else. You have to bring along everything that, okay, hey, in Lawrence Taylor's era, when you was at the bottom of a pile, you could poke a dude in the eye. You can't do that now.
I'm going to have to get my 2K loaded up here on the
beta. I know. See, that's the problem, though. That's the problem, though.
LeBron,
that's the problem, though. That is
only.
Man,
listen, but that's the problem.
Bron to kill him, man. Bron to kill him.
Listen. Yeah, but listen.
I'm not. I can't.
And listen, I'm not saying that. But listen.
It.
Too much of this stuff now is based on FanDuel. Everybody's basing reality on FanDuel and DraftKings. No offense.
I disagree that the fantasy elements.
Stop moving the goal.
Come on, man.
Okay, so then wait a minute. So then what is the most accurate comparison? Because you just heard
there is none
saying get rid of
there is none. That's my point.
So
there is none.
What's more appropriate?
To say, okay, this guy was the best.
More better?
Based on them, everybody the same.
No, everybody not the same.
No, yes, they is, because ain't nobody better. That's what you just said. You can't say nobody better.
That's not what he said, little.
That's not what I said. I said there's nobody that's better.
That is
listen,
not, TJ, that's
I
not
said
what
there's
he
nobody
said.
that's the best ever. The best ever. I didn't say nobody wasn't better. Stop twisting my words, man. When I'm saying the best ever, meaning like this. Like you can't say your favorite player is better than everybody who ever done the same thing ever.
Exactly.
That's what all time means.
Like
somewhat
that,
applicable as
like
it pertains to the NFL.
I didn't even mention the third name. I didn't even mention the third name. I mentioned Jackson. I mentioned Tom Chambers.
No need, bro.
TJ, shut it. I'm gonna treat you like I'm gonna talk to you like I talk to my children, and I mean that playfully. The third name actually is a Hall of Famer. His name, James Worthy.
Oh, big game, James.
Now, James Worthy is a more accurate comparison to what I believe the ceiling of Bryce James can be.
Oh God,
hey,
no.
Oh my God.
Do not insult James Worthy that way.
Okay, right. Because
Are you kidding me?
What are we basing it on?
I said ceiling. I believe again. We talk about. I use Jaden Ivey, John Morant comparisons.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm looking at a very raw kid that has grown into something that can be much better than I believe Bronny ever can be. But clearly, if I'm going to this length,
I didn't hear the Double J. I owe you an apology.
My 1-year-old will give you buckets now, TJ.
Tom Chambers,
man. Don't compare Tom Chambers to no great, please.
But see, here's the thing, though.
I compared him to two of them because they played in the same era.
Right. See, people say that because of the name. Because a guy's name ain't on everybody's lips, then all of a sudden, don't do this or don't do that. Did you ever see Tom Chambers play?
Uh-huh.
So see, if you ain't never seen a guy play, then how can you even have a conversation about who is and who ain't?
Listen, bro. You ever seen me
Case
play?
rested.
Have you ever seen me
No,
play?
we don't want to see you
No,
play.
man. But
No, I'm just asking a serious question. You think I'm the
No,
greatest?
I haven't seen you play. So what do I'm saying?
What's your
You can't play. You can't play, TJ. You can't play.
You scared to play one-on-one? Shut up.
I'm scared to play. Hey, look, I'm scared to play him.
Bryce...
But tell Double J and everybody on the panel your rule when we play one-on-one. What I can't do.
Listen. Our rule.
No, hey,
no. Give us.
Listen.
No, your rule.
Okay.
I just said I can still beat you.
I said I won't beat him by 30 points.
No.
I beat him by 29 points, and after that I'm gone. I see you.
He told me I'm not allowed to post him up. So I told him I can still beat you because I'm a bucket. I can shoot, and I can do that. I can shoot too. But he told me.
Can I throw a name of another forward out there?
Please do.
Another forward out there to give TJ.
Hold on. Let me read it. Let me read the comments. D-Runk said he don't even think Bryce like basketball. I don't think so either.
And then
he's
Double
Bryce
J
James
once
be
again,
better than Bronny.
I owe you an apology because I didn't hear you say Bryce. That is on me. I apologize for that.
No worries.
The other name I can no, it's just I just want to be fair. You know, when I respond, if I don't catch something, I don't catch something, and I acknowledge that. Unlike TJ, listen.
Yeah, because here's another thing. Let me throw another name out here at you right quick. Let me throw another name out here right quick.
Go ahead.
Sean Kemp, the Seattle Supersonics. Sean Kemp.
He was filthy.
But a lot of young guys right now, they dismiss him with the quickness.
I don't understand why.
He was like Xavier McDaniel.
What?
You know who else?
Yeah, that's what I heard. Plenty of young guys say. Sean Kemp was like Xavier McDaniels. I just walk away.
You know who else they dismiss?
Who?
Terry Cummings.
Oh that's man, come on, man. Come on, man. Hey, listen. While you playing, ho. See, we going back down memory lane now.
That transmission's firing.
Snowman.
What about Dale Ellis? What about Dale Ellis?
He another one. Do you remember that? You remember that Mavericks team with Roy Tarpley?
Jay Vincent, Mark Aguirre, James Donaldson, Brad Davis,
Mark Aguirre,
Derek Harper,
Sam
Perkins, man.
And
you know
Perkins,
what?
Coached by Dick Motta. And Dick Motta coached them up until 1986, and then John McLeod took over until 1991 or 1990.
Didn't Dale Harris coach them too?
No.
Okay, that was the Lakers then. Okay, I thought it was
the Lakers.
Yeah, it was the Lakers. But you know, I'm glad you mentioned Mark Aguirre. This is another point of difference then versus now.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Aguirre in Detroit was brought in. That whole Adrian Dantley. Well, I forgot about Adrian Dantley. Oh my gosh.
Alex English.
Oh my goodness.
Alex English.
Alex English.
Good old number 45 with the Pistons and number 4 with the Utah Jazz. Started. Adrian Dantley.
Hold on. And before I forget my thought, before I make my thought, did Alex English lead the league in scoring at all ever in the era of big men?
I want to say
he did it
twice.
He's saying twice. I thought for sure once.
I want to say he did it twice.
I think he got the most points. I think he got the most points in the 80s, right, or something like that.
I don't. But we talking about. But this is now. Listen, this is in the era of big men. But the guy we just had on talking about some man. All they did was post up.
Wait a minute. You want to know a big forward that not only posted up and had a smooth jump shot? Bobby Jones.
Oh man, let's not talk about Philly. Let's not take that back. He has some good Cleveland seasons. Tom Chambers, yeah. You talking about Tom Chambers, right, D-Ron? Yeah, you talking about Philly. But let me make this point about Mark Aguirre right quick. Let me go back to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When Dennis Rodman came in, you know, back then basketball, whether it was college or the NBA, it was kind of like you kind of had to wait your turn. You see what I'm trying to say? Because if I'm not mistaken, wasn't Mark Aguirre the one to tell Daly, like, look, man, I'll take a back seat y'all need to let that dude play.
Yeah, with AD, absolutely. Yep, that was confirmed in the Bad Boys E60 or
Okay, was it E60? They not doing that now. Everybody, listen, these guys now, for the most part, I'm not saying all, but a whole lot of them. Greg Popovich even pointed it out. He said, guys, now, he said Greg Popovich, go look at what he said about how the game didn't change. If you want to talk about progression and evolve and all that. He said, man, guys, now they run, as soon as they come off for a timeout, they running over to see, man, how many I got, man? I only got 20.
Yep.
Oh, I got to get these. Them guys, we didn't do that in the 80s.
You know,
and I was correct with Alex English. 82-83 led the league.
Thank you. That was
Alex
I was
English
thinking
was a
around that
dog.
time. I wanted to be thank you for that, Double J.
No, he said Sean Kemp was trash after Seattle, but then I said take that back. He had a good Cleveland season. Yeah,
he had a couple of good seasons.
He had a couple of good
seasons.
Yeah, they went to the playoffs.
Yeah,
his
but
best year
yeah,
were in Seattle.
Yeah, I'm talking about
sure.
I'm talking about the Seattle. They didn't call him Rain Man for nothing. Listen, that's why I told you I used to debate water cooler guys just to keep my chops practice.
He broke Larry Bird's high school scoring record too.
Yeah. But when the dude
I would
told
love to have
me
been a fly on the wall to hear Barbershop Jay debate some water cooler guys, because all I would do is just put on my headset and get my pad and pen and just take notes, even with what I know now.
I appreciate that, and vice versa, man. Listen. Hey, I don't knock your opinion, man. But when you try to you try to state your opinion as a fact-based opinion, I'm chopping it up like I do the onions when I make my spaghetti. What you say, Snowman?
With Barbershop Jay, I love what you call today's NBA, today BA. I love that.
Alex English, 29 points a game in 85. Absolutely.
Was that the most? Then that case, that gives him 3 scoring titles. I know he had at least 2.
Oh, does it?
I think so.
But RC, you understand my point though about Alex English?
That boy was a dog, man. That boy was a dog.
You lead the league in scoring when it was a big man's game.
And the only reason they lost in 5 games in the 85 Western Conference Finals to the Lakers, besides of all the Lakers being all powerful, Alex English broke his hand.
Yeah, I'm still right. He only NBA scoring title in 83.
Once again, 83.
It was just 83.
Okay.
Wow,
I thought
it was astounding.
Very astounding, especially playing with Doug Moe in the bunch. And they love getting up and down the floor in a hurry.
Man, come on, man.
That was during the same time that that was the same group that is.
He had 28 points a game in 86. Double J, you short?
I'm telling you, unless Google's lying to me, it's an
NBA scoring champion in
1983. That's it.
But you got to think, like in 86. Look, 86, 87, 88, Jordan was taking over then. So
yeah.
He was getting his chops ready. I'll tell you something. I asked a young man who's a big time LeBron fan and claimed, like TJ does most of the time, claimed he knew a lot of basketball. I said, all right, then I'll lay you a challenge. He said, lay it on me. Name something that Michael Jordan has that LeBron James will never get. He went blank and never came back to me. And I walked by him, and I was at a baseball park when I laid this challenge on him. I walked by him, and I said, there's one answer you could have given me that could have won you the challenge. He says, what's that? Defensive Player of the Year.
So
Jordan did that in he won. Whoa.
88.
Yeah, but he won
MVP and Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, I was about to say he won MVP and Defensive Player of the Year
as a wing player.
And scoring title in 88.
Not only was he a scoring champion, was he a scoring champion, he was also Defensive Player of the Year and what's the triple play? All-Star MVP. I'm sorry, I cut out. All-Star Game MVP. It was in Chicago.
As a wing player. You know how difficult that is?
Yes,
I know.
I do. Anybody who's played 2K in that role, Is either a liar, has a terrible team chemistry, or will acknowledge how challenging that is.
I'm telling you. But listen, but see, that's the thing. That's why I stopped debating water cooler and the Stephen A. And the Nick Wright types. You can't leave that kind of stuff out.
Nick wrong? Don't you mean Nick wrong?
Yeah, Nick wrong.
He's definitely wrong. He's definitely wrong.
Listen, all it again, man. When you substitute real reality with television reality, your thoughts are not your own. I want to know what you think based off what you've surmised and based off what you done compiled. Don't come up here talking about what you think because somebody else done already said it. Oh man, cut me in and cut it out.
Also, to D-Runk's point, just to confirm here, when Alex English had the 29 points in 85, that was Bernard King who won.
D-Runk. Yep,
at 32 points.
Oh, there you go.
Yep, D-Runk is on. Oh, and I forgot about Bernard King.
There's a forward that's blindly better than LeBron James because I watched him play. Bernard King.
Oh my God!
Because Bernard King. Listen, you know what the common denominator is, gentlemen. You know what the common denominator is about all the forwards that we name, and I'm just talking forwards here. They all had something consistent over the course of their career that LeBron James has never had. Know what that is?
Probably the free throw line.
A jump shot.
Oh my God!
They sure did.
And by the way, the worst free throw percentage for Alex English, as I'm looking at it, because he was a career 83% free throw shooter. His worst, taking 77 and 78 and 79 out of the equation because he spent two years in Milwaukee, 2 in Indiana before he landed in Denver in 1980. His worst was his first year at 76%. Every other year, 70%.
Are we going to give my guy, Eastern Michigan's own George Gervin, any love here?
Come on, man, the Iceman.
The Iceman. Come on now. Number 44.
Man, come on now. The
Multiple scoring titles.
The man who
in the
invented
late
the
70s, early 80s.
Yeah. No man, come on, a couple people off the show, huh?
Nah, RC have trouble with his stream. He'll be back. I got him in the cache right here. All right, I'm going RC. I know you can still hear me because I see you up on the screen right here. We'll get you back soon as you get your technical.
Did anybody say Bob McAdoo? I just feel like we're leaving out some critical names here. Like Buffalo Braves ring a bell.
Hold it, Double J. Hold on. What'd you say, TJ?
You're naming the best, not named Larry Bird or Bron James. Or
LeBron James ain't the best, man.
That's what y'all naming?
Yeah, okay, got you.
Listen to me carefully. I will settle this once and for all.
I can't keep listening to you. You sound crazy, dude.
Listen,
I'm going to sound even crazier by saying LeBron James has never been the best.
You said Tom Chambers is better than LeBron, bro. I can't keep listening to you. If I could, I'd mute you.
Get out of here.
Listen.
If I could, I would mute you.
Listen, let me say this to you.
You can't mute me. I have my own microphone.
TJ is the world's #1 antagonist. That's part of his intro.
No, he's got to be #1 now.
The world's #1 antagonist is on my show 5 days a week.
I'm number 2.
No, I'm not an antagonist. I actually go off of facts.
Those not facts, bro. Those are not facts.
Yeah. All right. Based on
like
what
I said, with all the forwards that we named, you know what they had. You know what they had that LeBron James has never had in 20 years.
None of them are better
jump shot
than Kevin Durant. None of them you named.
We're not talking about Kevin Durant. Stop moving the goalposts.
No, I'm just saying.
No, okay.
LeBron
stop.
is clearly better than Kevin Durant.
Listen.
Is he not?
Okay.
Well,
No.
In the all-time list, he's not better than Kevin Durant?
No.
You're crazy. You're crazy, dude. You got to be.
And I'll give you another. Hey, Barbershop Jay.
Who's got more scoring titles?
I want y'all to pay attention. I want y'all to pay attention to this. I want you and Double J to pay attention to the name I'm going to throw out there.
I can't.
I'll give you another Kevin that's better than LeBron James, and it ain't Durant. You know who that is?
Kevin McHale.
Kevin McHale. because unlike LeBron James, Kevin
I know this
McHale
a
actually
family
played
show, but this
defense.
man
Unlike
smoking
LeBron
the
James,
best
Kevin
stuff.
McHale actually had a post game. Unlike LeBron James, Kevin McHale actually made his free throws at an 89% clip. And that's
I know
a
this.
career average.
I tell you this. I know his footwork in and around the basket is better.
Torture
y'all
chamber.
saying, listen, y'all saying all that, but he is not the half the player LeBron is, man.
No, he's 2 times the player LeBron is. Get it right.
Sound crazy, man.
Okay.
What's the argument?
Hey.
Oh, my bad, fellas.
Guys, since we're talking about forwards, why have we not mentioned Jacques Dominique Wilkins?
Oh man, come on now.
Hey, he'll dunk on you, TJ.
Come on now. That ain't
You couldn't even check
today. I think he can still do it.
Yeah, I mean, what you
I
talking
seen
about?
that video.
Yep.
Yeah.
And all these forwards you name, why y'all ain't name Scottie Pippen?
Cause he ain't better than them.
No, Scottie Pippen better than
We
the rest
did.
of them y'all name.
No, he's not.
Except for Dominique, probably.
He ain't better than if Grant Hill was healthy. He ain't better than Grant Hill either.
Oh,
You just mentioned the key. RC, you just mentioned the key thing though, because I would love to have seen a full healthy career from Grant Hill. I would love to have seen that because I saw him play at Duke and he was on his way. It was just
Hey, I know another dude would have gave Bron the business too.
Len Bias,
Grandmama,
Larry Johnson,
LJ.
Whoa,
LJ.
come on. No.
Double J, man.
Are you serious?
Hey, I know somebody who has gave LeBron the business.
Are you serious?
RC,
Man, Larry Johnson was he was a total
Hey,
package. What are you
I
talking
know
about?
somebody who has gave
him
LeBron
and
the
so-
business ever since they first met.
They had that Hornets team just
Talking about
never
Kevin McHale,
never
Tom
materialized.
all this bull crap, bro.
And it bothers me
Yeah.
to this
Hey.
day.
Yes,
Hey,
no.
hey, TJ, can I ask you a question?
They
LeBron
saying
check
all
Melo?
these players, all these forwards, they
What's the
name
name?
better than LeBron.
What's the name?
Can LeBron check Melo?
Right now,
I have a better question.
all right, hold
RC,
Hold on, Snowman. Hold on,
Okay.
Snowman. Hold on. Go ahead.
This
What you
this
say?
bag of chips in my pocket can check Melo right now. You
No,
talking about
we
right
ain't
now?
talking about right now. Don't finish. We ain't talking about right now.
When we talking about 1994?
Prime. We talk about prime for prime, brother. Prime for
You say I'm
prime.
with TJ now. We just saying anybody better than Bron. There's no way Dominique Wilkins better than Bron. Okay, well I'll tell you what. Anytime it's some tag team WWE, that's what we get on. That's, you know what I'm saying. That's what we get on here. What you say, Rick? What you say, RC?
No,
They delusional, man.
B Snow was asked me a question.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
I have a better question. When you're
Thank
talking about can Bron check Melo? My question is this: would he want to, given the fact they're kind of the same player?
Nope, he don't want to, because that's why you
They
used to
the
have.
same.
Oh my.
That's why I used to have Shane Battier check him.
Mhm.
Now I agree. Now I don't agree with Stephen A. Smith a lot, but he did call that out when the Knicks played Miami in the first round. He did. He did shy away from checking him.
I'm really gonna make TJ angry. I'm gonna make steam come out of his ears.
It's not anger. It's
by
just
ma-
like
by
I'm
mentioning-
embarrassed to be on this show today.
Well, that's your
It's
fault.
embarrassing.
Well, that's
You,
your
you,
fault.
you
You're
said
taking
Mark Price
education.
wasn't good, TJ. Nobody listening to you.
Man, Mark Price would be a bench player right now.
No, he wasn't.
Hey,
he
but guess
wasn't.
what? Hold on.
Mark Price is Luke Kennard. That's what he said.
Hey,
Yes.
hey, Ricardo, guess what he also said? He TJ also talked about that 50-40-90 club. And guess who in that 50-40-90 club?
Mark
Price.
And Mark Price.
Mark Price.
TJ.
Damn, Mark
It would
Price.
be Luke Kennard.
All three members of the 50
Man, come on, man.
club did it at least twice.
Man, come on, man. He just listen. I told y'all he did when I start the show off, when I give him his intro, he's the world's #1 antagonist. He do this intentionally, but he think that our responses and our animations towards it.
Though, all these players got 50-40-90s, better jump shots, better footwork, better post game, better defense. But why is LeBron better than all of them?
You mean ho? Let me say this to
Tell
you
me
then.
why he's better than all of them?
Yeah,
Okay.
right. Better in whose mind?
He got the all around. Don't get me wrong. I give LeBron his props, but I don't go like you do. Like,
let me put it this
hold
way.
on, Ricardo. What do you know? Hold on, listen. Okay, you can give him his props. That's fine.
Mhm.
But here's the thing. The question
Y'all
I had.
don't give him his props. Y'all
Listen,
saying
hold
all
on.
these forwards is
No,
better
because
than him.
Listen,
sickening.
they quick to the Bron apologists are quick to tell you who he about to pass on the all-time scoring record, and that is a factor in him in their minds being a GOAT. I said, well, at the time Kareem held the scoring title, he had 6 finals wins, not 6 finals losses. But what we gonna call him?
A benefactor. He a benefactor of a great.
See what I'm trying to say?
Jay, you know when I call the folks who worship the folks who worship Bron, there's a name for them.
Yeah, we know.
You know what that name is. I won't say it here. I won't say.
Mark Price is the right time, right place. Absolutely not. Absolutely
not.
not.
Put that back. Hey, put
Absolutely
that back.
not.
I got one. Hey Jay, I got to sound better for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Please come back to the show.
Yeah, please.
Put that last.
But again. But see, TJ, that's what I'm talking about. You talking about don't move the goalpost, but that's all you good at. It be on them doggone grocery cart wheels. You said the 50, 40, 90 club. And when I brought Mike, if a guy ain't in the 50, 40, 90 club, then I bring Mark Price up to then all of a sudden it's something, you go to something else.
Mm-hmm.
Would you please make up my mind?
What are you talking about?
He don't know about Mark Price. Dude, that's one of the best players that split the pick and roll too. That double.
He was the first player to split the pick and roll.
That boy
was first.
Cold.
Especially when you had especially when Mark Price, when health, I'm not talking about Mark Price, I'm talking about the player I'm going to name, had a center when healthy that really knew the pick and roll by the name of Brad Doherty.
Yes, NASCAR legend as well.
Yeah, but hold up. Before we get to singing Brad Doherty's praises, he got outplayed by Bill Cartwright.
He did.
Flat out. He got outplayed.
Wait a minute.
No, we broke that down, Barbershop. It was not entirely his fault. You hold him accountable for that to this day.
Hold on. Let me tell you something. I don't care what you broke down. I was at the game. I was at one of them games. And I'm trying to tell you. Believe me, and it was, to me, it was so disrespectful to the North Carolina lore for Brad Doherty to underplay. Man, Bill. Anyway, yeah, let's move on.
He looked like
please.
I'll give you the name. I'll give you the name of a forward.
Dyson Daly.
Listen, I'll give you the name of a forward. I'll give you the name of a forward who was fundamentally sound, had a post game, could hit his free throws, and can also hit jump shots on a regular basis. Aside all the ones that we named. And I'm thinking about that 80s Cavalier team. Does the name Larry Nance mean anything to you?
Oh yeah, Larry Nance was nice. Larry Nance.
Let me guess, he was better than LeBron.
To be honest with you, Larry Nance should have been playing center instead of Brad Doherty.
Who's the little one?
Believe me, Larry Nance should have been playing. Or John Hot Rod Williams. Either one of them would have been better. Either one of them would have been. I'm not a LeBron fan at all, but you can't really name a player that could do everything Bron could do at the level.
They was too little, man.
Oh man, please. Man, please. Listen. If what he just said is true, tried and true every time out, then JJ Barea and Rayful Austin should not be synonymous with LeBron James. Period.
They not. They
are.
Neither should Jason.
Please, man.
Neither should Jason Terry be.
Man, please.
You know,
it don't matter.
It really broke your heart when he left.
Hey, listen. No, What I'm saying to you is, if what he just said is true.
Would you put that last comment back up?
Yeah, if what he just said is true, tried and true from begin to end, then ain't no way in the world we should have no snapshots of them two guys I just named getting the best of him in no situation.
I want you to leave that comment up because
I'm not a LeBron fan at all, but you can't really name a player who could do anything that he could do at his level.
Okay.
Oh yes, I can.
Grant Hill was really the first.
And he did it in the fellow I'm going to give you.
Bro. Y'all trying to big up Grant Hill. I seen him play, bro. He
not only could he do.
You know that Grant Hill as a rookie started in the All-Star game and led the All-Star game in votes. Then
I don't care, bro. He not LeBron, bro. I seen him.
Dude,
play.
he was LeBron before LeBron.
No, he not.
Dude, yes, he was.
Y'all sound crazy.
Listen,
bro.
let me address TJ that I'm gonna go ahead and get on out of here.
You talking about that dude?
I want to keep
what's
this.
the
I want to
shooter
keep this
name? You
comment
talking
up
about he's Steph
because
Curry before Steph Curry? No, he ain't, bro.
Dude, you don't even know who Mahmoud, aka Chris Jackson, is.
Chris
Yeah,
Jackson.
he ain't
Chris
Steph Curry,
Jackson.
bro.
There were many before Chris Jackson. I don't want to give you Andrew Toney, whose
them was set shooters, bro.
career.
Go ahead.
Okay, Snowman, go ahead and say what you got to say, man. Because if you're sitting here trying to say, if you sit here trying to, if you sit here trying to say that Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf was a set shooter, then you really don't watch basketball. You really don't. Well, who was a set shooter? Who was a set shooter?
Guy.
What other guy?
The one he said was before Chris Jackson.
You don't even know who Andrew Toney.
Andrew Toney, the Boston Strangler.
That's right. With Mo Cheeks.
Show me his highlights.
Who else? Moses Malone. I mean,
okay.
Come on, man.
Anyway,
that's
yeah.
76.
Okay.
Is that 76ers team not one of the where do you place them all time?
I don't know, but I know for sure Andrew Toney wasn't no set shooter.
Was Moses on that
Andrew
team?
Toney,
yes, sir.
Yes,
So,
1982, 83. Yeah, he was.
Tony, he
Bobby
said
Jones,
he was
Mo
crossing people up
Cheeks.
and pulling.
What?
He what?
He was crossing people up and pulling on them.
Andrew Toney. Anyway, go ahead, Snowman. Go
no,
ahead.
I'm
go
saying
ahead.
answer the question.
What's already what's already understood. He not even be
Andrew Toney spent his
Double J, I'm gonna send you the highlights.
Andrew Toney spent his entire career in Philadelphia.
Now you remember
Okay,
Rick Hamilton, right?
listen to me carefully,
They said
TJ,
he
and
was
learn your
known for
basketball.
running off the screen.
Andrew Toney out of Southwest Texas
That's
State.
a lie. Stop lying, man. Ain't hold
No,
on, Snowman.
no,
Hold on,
you
Snowman.
didn't say
That was his game.
No. Hold on. I said that's not the only thing he did.
That's
The reason I wanted
That's
to
the
leave this
main thing he
comment up.
did, bro.
Shut up, TJ.
Okay, I'll address that in a minute. The reason I wanted to leave this comment up right here. I'm not a LeBron fan, but you can't really name a player that could do everything Bron could do at the level he could do it at.
Don't name nobody I don't know, bro.
Oh yeah. May 23rd.
But if you know basketball, you should know these guys.
No, if I don't know them, they not that.
Let me
bro.
break this
They
down
not that
for you.
good.
You can take that. You can take this comment down. You can't really name a player that could do everything Bron could do at the level he could do it at. Oh yeah. Give you a one-game example. We go to the Spectrum in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The date, May 23rd, 1980, when Magic Johnson, before Game 6 of the NBA World Championship, looked at his coach, Paul Westhead, with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar out with a migraine and said, "Never fear, Magic's here." He took the center jump against Caldwell Jones, played both forward positions, depending on who he had on him, and dropped, listen to me carefully, TJ,
42 points, 15 rebounds, 7 assists.
And which also led, which everybody. It
wasn't JJ Barea.
You see the signed Magic Johnson uniform right here.
Please. It wasn't JJ Barea.
So was checking.
Or Jason Kidd.
Listen,
talking about who was checking him.
Jason Kidd was getting anybody in that era buckets.
That's not even his game. Hey, that's how you know you don't know what you're talking about.
He struggled with Dallas.
You don't know what you're talking about, TJ. That's not even his game. He's a leader of men, though. I would say that about Jason.
And by the way, TJ,
you saying
you know the final
better than Jason Kidd? That's what you saying?
I can name a player.
Hold on, Rick. Hold on. Let Snowman finish. Then you go ahead, Rick.
You know the final score of that game in 90?
These players, people he named it, man.
Oh, I got more. What
was the final? What was the final score?
Time Chambers, bro.
The final score of that game was 123 for Los Angeles and 107 for Philadelphia, and it led to, if Bron was so all of that, which he's not, if Bron was so great, which he ain't, and if Bron was so 1 through 5, if Bron could guard 1 through 5, then tell me why a rookie, a 20-year-old rookie, did it for 48 minutes on display on CBS in Philadelphia.
Can I answer the question?
No.
Hold on, before you answer the question. Hey, Magic couldn't even hit a 3. You're right, D-Ron, but guess what? That's even more amazing that they could still get to triple digits and not have to hit no 3s. These dudes ain't getting to triple digits without hitting 3s today.
They
Absolutely. LeBron ain't no lockdown defender. Oh man, come on, man. Oh, man. Cut the games, man. Cut the games.
Read the question.
I end the debate with this. I end the debate with this. Magic Johnson has something LeBron will never have. Know what that is? A finals MVP, ... and y'all know the rest, as a rookie.
Who else got that? Who else
Only
got that? Who else got that?
you don't listen, do you?
No, but who else got it? Y'all crazy, man. Who else got it?
TJ, this is for you.
That's how you know your,
Now
listen,
get out of here.
That's how you know your league was pathetic. They let a rookie get MVP, bruh.
Dude,
Your
it's
league was
Magic.
terrible.
Dude, Magic came national championship win.
I don't care. That means the professional men that was in the league at the time wasn't good enough.
He a better winner than LeBron. How about that?
Bro. If he a better
Listen,
winner than LeBron, he
If
definitely
you can
better
go
than
from
Melo.
winning a national championship in Salt Lake City in 1979 to winning finals MVP in 1980 in Philadelphia on the road, that says something a lot about the player.
Didn't
And once
Magic
again,
Johnson save
TJ,
basketball, him and Larry Bird? Didn't
No.
they rival?
No,
Didn't they
Dr.
rivalry save
No,
the
Dr.
NBA,
Dr. J.
the ABA,
No,
whatever it was?
no, Dr. J saved the NBA.
I just
Magic.
seen him getting schooled 1-on-1.
Because you know that's when everybody was on like the coke and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Dr. J saved the NBA. The NBA was fledgling.
Well,
But
I
see,
heard
again-
I heard it was Magic and Bird.
Well, that's what
I
you
heard.
okay. Well, then that's
That's
the
what I
end of it
heard.
right there. You
Multiple sources. I
hey,
can't
listen. Hey, listen.
Yo,
Ain't nothing else
brother
to talk
John,
about. Ain't nothing else to talk about.
listen to you,
Ain't
bro.
nothing else to talk about. Did you hear what you just said? Did you hear what you just said? You said I
can't
heard.
listen to you, bro.
You said
one
I
person.
heard. Well, I don't want to see that.
You
That's
one person.
ain't that what I just said 10 minutes ago? We got people on here talking about what they heard from somebody else. I'm telling you what I read. I'm telling you what I read. It's a book out called When the Game Was Ours. The story of Magic and Bird, written by Jackie McMullen. When is the last time? So LeBron not top 3 all time, y'all. Top 3 in what? Free throw percentage?
No.
Hey, Cardo and Double J, because these two old snowballs on the show, bro.
Watch your mouth.
If you let a rookie come in and win NBA Finals MVP while playing center, what that say about the league at the time, bro?
But
Hold
Magic,
on. Whoa.
You know what it says
But
about
then you- but
you
then
know
you-
what it says about
Yeah.
Magic? He's a team
No, what
player,
do it
and
say
he
about
did
the
that
league,
out of
though?
necessity.
Magic, it says you very good, but what do it say about the grown man league?
but you got to think that's a different era.
That's
They
like
have
we playing
18-year-old
18-year-old basketball.
Like-
You let a 14-year-old come win the MVP and the whole championship. He very good, but Joe.
Okay, so then what do that? So then to your same point, then what do that say about JJ Barea and Rayful Austin? Then where do they factor in the equation?
First of all,
what they did?
Skip was cold. I won't have that slander.
Dirk Nowitzki was the MVP, an all-time great forward that y'all didn't name. Okay, so
Okay.
We did.
Let's cut that.
Okay.
He won MVP. That's why they lost.
cut what?
Yeah. So what? So what you?
What are you saying?
So what
Y'all
you telling me?
naming JJ Barea is irrelevant
Jay?
when Dirk Nowitzki
No, it
is
wasn't
the reason they lost.
No, it's not irrelevant when you got the Heatles. It's
Yeah,
not
it's still-
irrelevant.
And like let's not forget, if the Heat would have won that, D Wade was gonna win Finals MVP, not LeBron. LeBron only averaged 17, but
When the D Wade team that year?
To
I'm
Barbershop
trying to-
Jay.
No, it was not.
oh, TJ, you ain't about to do all
No,
of that.
Cardo, let's
all
be
of that.
real, bro. What happened after that season?
I mean,
To the
no, we ain't
remaining-
talking about after. That
No.
season,
What happened?
you ain't
after
about to
that
forget
season?
that. You ain't about to
what
forget
happened?
that.
No,
You
we
ain't
not.
about to
Listen. Stop. You keep going. You on both sides of the street at the same
No,
time,
I'm
and you
not.
got your shoes on the wrong
He said
feet,
that
man.
wasn't Dwayne Wade's team, and it was.
It was Dwayne Wade's. No. What you know? It was his team. Dwayne Wade took a back seat.
After that year.
Oh my.
Y'all be capping, man.
Jay,
Listen.
Y'all
to
capping, bro. I can't even talk to
Barbershop J, RC Stafford, and Double J. I have a sound I can play for the so-called People's Champ.
you. Man, don't play nothing for me.
Yeah, right.
Hey,
Because there's no way-
let's start with let's let these two, as you can see there, start
Who are
that
each
off.
of y'all top 3 players of all time in order? I don't do top lists.
Yeah, he's
I
scared of
don't.
that top list.
I'm not scared of nothing.
I
ain't scared of nothing. There ain't nothing to be scared of. I just don't do because I've actually seen more basketball than you. I've probably seen more basketball than most folks on this platform.
What you won't admit is you a hater of the now NBA. Did you call it?
I'm a hater.
NBA?
How? I'm a hater.
How? You don't like the brand of basketball that they play. You won't admit it.
Hey, listen, because I don't like watching teams go 4 or 5 minutes without scoring.
Man, this man sounds
PJ,
crazy.
But hang on a
Apparently-
second.
Hold on,
Why are
Jay.
we not incorporating the defensive changes in the way that the floor is
They
staged?
had to listen. The defensive rule change they made 10 minutes ago, they had to because offensive players was getting away with garbage. That's why James Harden don't look the same. Miss me with that.
Not the fact that he's
Yes,
like
but
34
James
years
Harden
old.
sucks.
That's why James
And
Harden
out of
don't look the
shape.
same.
And out of shape.
I don't care about him being out of shape. No, I'm talking
He's
about
like ludicrous in O2 chicken and beer. That's all
stop
James
it.
Harden is right now.
Stop it. As soon as they made that rule change, James Harden went downhill. You can't kick your leg out as an offensive player. Give some ode to the defense because the game is predicated on FanDuel and DraftKings, so they wanted to increase scoring. Man,
you
stop
really
it,
wish
man.
that was true. But anyway, speaking of James Harden,
It is true.
He built like a plumber, but he'd be the best plumber back then.
Man,
stop
stop
it.
it. Man, stop it.
He'd be the best plumber.
Stop
back
it.
then.
No,
Stop
Listen,
it.
James Harden would be
Stop it.
Harden would be worse than a bench warmer. He wouldn't last 2 games
Y'all crazy, man.
in the NBA.
Look
Oh,
at him
and
now.
Let me
He would
use.
be
Let me
averaging-
use.
Look at him now in this
phrase-
era.
Let me use a phrase that my partner used. My
Man,
partner
stop
Cole
it.
Johnson used, and I'm going to start it, and he's going to finish it. TJ, how do I say this succinctly while upsetting you at the same
If I
time?
can
Oh
mute you,
yeah,
I would before you say
tripping.
it.
but you can't. Fool.
We didn't hear.
Emotional damage.
Man, cut me in and cut it out, man. This is absolutely asinine. Man, stop it.
Who would be the
Asinine.
best at his position back then?
Who would be?
What era you talking about? What eras you talking about?
80s, 90s.
D-Ronk said he agreed with
wouldn't be.
Barbershop about heart.
He's not better than Jordan. He ain't better than Drexler. I don't care what nobody said. He's not better than no Clyde Drexler.
Man, beat it, boy. Man, beat it, bro.
Glide the
Hey,
glide.
So James Harden is better than Clyde Drexler.
Oh,
That's
no,
what you
Harden?
said.
No,
Yes.
no. I thought you meant
Yes.
LeBron.
I'm serious.
Okay, but I'm crazy.
Did he just say what I think he just said?
And he's better than Carmelo Anthony, too.
No,
In
he's
his
not.
prime.
No, he's
Ricardo, don't. Hey, Ricardo, at this point, that's clickbait. At this point, it's clickbait. It's clickbait. Do you see what he's doing? He is clickbait, man. It's
It's not
clickbait.
clickbait. I got
It is
proof.
clickbait.
I got proof.
You can say anything you want about Carmelo Anthony, but I can tell you one thing right now. Carmelo Anthony in his prime with a prime Chris Paul, they gonna do something, bro. He was up 3-2 and lost to the Warriors. Chris Paul
When Harden
wasn't
stopped getting 20 free throws a game, he went downhill. Yeah. Again, because listen,
he always like without that bait.
Melo never even went. He never even. What accolades do we get, bro? What highlights?
Yo, first of all,
I'm sorry. I gotta agree. I think Carmelo's the most overrated player of this decade.
He overrated, bro.
How is he overrated?
He got a scoring title, man.
Let me ask you this. How is he overrated if he don't even get the credit he's due?
He's accomplished everything but winning, RC.
Cardo.
Let me ask you this. He's won in college. How many years was he in Denver?
8, 9.
8.
He went to the
with a 35% win percentage in the playoffs. Come on, bro.
But let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Double J. What team of his that you actually felt was gonna win?
You just said it when they took Chauncey and went to the
No, George Karl bobbled that, but come on, coming in, you really think he gonna beat Kobe? You really think he was gonna beat
the Pistons? Did
if he who you say he is, he should have beat Kobe.
I didn't never say. See that's the difference. Carmelo's my favorite player, but I'm not biased. I'm never saying.
believe me, it's a lot of that here. It's a lot of biasness here.
Right. So you telling me
I didn't say he better.
No,
than Kobe
let me
Bryant.
ask you this. Let me ask you
We
this,
said good night,
TJ.
y'all.
Let me ask you this, TJ. His very first playoff career as a rookie, he played against that Timberwolves team that eventually lost to the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals. You got
So he played against losers.
2004.
He played against some losers.
He could have left the Knicks in 2014 and went with the Bulls, and he chose not to.
Yeah, you can say that. You can
He
say that, Double
chose
J.
the money.
You going away from you said
It's no man's right here.
rated. What
He
makes him
chose the money.
I'm about to
this
tell you why he overrated.
this dude taking a team to the playoffs with J.R. Smith is his go-to guy. Then when J.R. Smith goes to the Cavs and does the blunders, your people turn on J.R. Smith. That was
Correct.
his robbing. That was his robbing. He didn't have the pleasure of playing
He had Allen Iverson.
Hold on. Amari Stoudemire was holding.
Man, he was injured. He wasn't even part of. He
Oh.
wasn't even part of the 52-win Knicks team.
Listen, bro.
And
James Harden.
He hated on, and you know what? He hated on his teammates like Jeremy Lin.
He didn't hate on Jeremy.
Oh, yes, he did. He told management
You want to know
that
what
he didn't like that.
Man, I'm arguing about
How did he hate on Jeremy Lin?
Carmelo can't score.
Yeah, it's on record.
No, let me
He's
ask
not
you a
that
question,
guy,
Double
man.
J.
I'm
How
sorry,
did he
not
hate on
when he
Jeremy Lin when he was the one to tell
when
D'Antoni to put Jeremy Lin in the first place?
He is on record for going to Knicks management and saying he did not like seeing Jeremy Lin's success.
No, he did not say that. He said he's not comfortable
Yes, he did.
with Jeremy Lin being the number one option, which he shouldn't be. Can we go?
Okay,
to
hold on, Ricardo. Hold on. Whatever Carmelo, he did say that, not Lin being the number one option. But if you watch Jeremy Lin play, was he lying?
No, but
based on what we were seeing. No,
let me make this point up. The very first game that Lin Sanity played against the Miami Heat, why did D'Antoni have to take a quick timeout and tell Carmelo Anthony, you have to be the full-time point guard for this whole game? He couldn't get past Mario Chalmers. He couldn't get past D.
That's the point I was making.
Then LeBron got on there and he couldn't get past LeBron. It's disrespectful to say Jeremy Lin should be the number one option over Carmelo Anthony. If that's
But listen, hold on, Rick. You know why people say that though? Because of Lin's sanity. See, they get caught up in the pomp and circumstance. But if you really watch this game, if you're a hooper, listen, if you're a hooper, you know Jeremy Lin shouldn't have been no first option. Now he's on Team Yugoslavia.
This the same dude.
And that's the same reason that Carmelo Anthony was, as it pertains to all first team All NBA,
Melo was steaming when Lin started.
Was basically, on the second team for the most part.
He should have been the first team.
No, that's with being in New York.
Scoring, he should have been the first team.
Listen, Cardo. My point is
MVP that year as well.
My point is
MVP that year as well.
What about as far as being the first option? And here's why: because Carmelo himself, what did he average? Less than 4 assists a game for a career. He's not a playmaker.
Double J. He's a scorer.
Yeah, but how?
See, he allows his point guard to play.
He better than Harden?
He allows his point guard to play point guard.
How is he better than Harden then? If he a scorer and
because
he was one of the most inefficient scorers I've seen. 9th overall usage rate in only shot 50% 3 times in his career. That's atrocious.
Okay, but let me tell you. Okay, but let me say this about
barbershop Jay is the type
Let me say this about James Harden though. Let me say this about
it.
James Harden though. I watched James Harden blow a 15-point lead in Game 7. James Harden disappears too. Then don't sit here and act like James Harden show up.
No. We're not gonna do that. I said James Harden better than Melo.
He better. Listen, James Harden ain't better than nobody.
Out of all the talent, Carmelo
Anthony, Melo.
You put a prime Chris Paul with a prime Carmelo Anthony, they win. That's all he needs.
I don't believe. Well, yeah, because you need a pass first guy. That's the only way. It sounds like the LeBron thing, except LeBron could actually pass.
James Harden ain't better than nobody.
He ain't better than Carmelo. Career-wise,
he ain't better than Carmelo.
Career-wise, yes, he is. His career has been better than Carmelo.
This dude was up 3-2. And
I don't care about what he was up.
Dude,
Your guy
One
was never
scoring
up.
title.
How
He
old
was
is
never up.
Who was never up?
Melo was never up.
What you talking about?
He was
listen.
never up.
He eliminated Chris Paul 4 games to 1. He eliminated Dirk Nowitzki 4 games to 1. What are you talking about?
Okay, so listen.
Don't get me started on his win share percentage.
Okay,
that number might be
but listen.
Let me ask you this, Double J. What do you expect to with Carmelo Anthony in his prime in New York? What do you expect to come for this? A starting lineup of Shane Larkin, Iman Shumpert.
He could have left that situation.
Let me finish. Shane Larkin,
Amari.
No, Amari was injured. Shane Larkin, Iman Shumpert, Carmelo Anthony, Quincy Acee, and Samuel Dallenberg. What is he gonna do with that team? Let me ask you that.
I don't know, but LeBron
is
LeBron
around
took the
Taj
worst
Gibson
team to
numbers
have in
in win percentage.
See, that's that.
James,
Taj Gibson, my goodness.
To borrow.
Watch
Let
the
me.
games.
I'm gonna make
So
a
you
quick
telling me Taj
request.
Gibson is just as good as Carmelo Anthony?
I'm gonna make a quick request of Double J, RC, and Barbershop J. First of all, I'm glad I'm already bald. Second of all, to TJ and his frivolous arguments, I have this sound for you.
Now, be honest. Who career is
No.
better? James Harden or Carmelo Anthony?
Neither.
Don't go by your favorite player. Just go by who career better.
The correct answer is
assist leader, all that, bro.
I'll say Melo.
Man, you sound crazy, bro.
Dude, Melo Melo up 3. A prime Melo up 3-2 in that series. First of all, Kevin Durant.
He was never in shape to me.
Kevin Durant was injured too. That is your time. You up 3-2. Carmelo Anthony closes that series out. Easily.
Listen, your boy was never up.
Easily.
He was never up.
But listen, but to say Carmelo was never up, you really making it bad for James Harden because he was up and he blew it.
But
how was he never
if he had a chance? Your guy never had a chance.
Do I put it into
2 games away from the NBA championship, TJ?
Do I put it into
6th man
this?
of the year, average 37.
Do I put it into this James Harden conversation? Do I just put it into?
Hold it. One at a time. Go ahead. Go ahead. Finish. Go ahead. Finish, Rick. What was you gonna say? Finish what you were saying.
He got a prime Joel Embiid and lost to the Miami Heat. No disrespect. But Carmelo Anthony will feast on that team with a Joel Embiid.
First of all, listen, James Harden is out of shape
to the Miami Heat.
He's on the back end now.
No prime with Joel Embiid.
Hey, but listen, when he is in shape, what's the difference?
Nothing.
He's a volume person, but it don't impact the outcome. Except for the most part, he got too many L's attached to him.
Tomato. I think James Harden is the Carmelo Anthony of this era.
Hell no.
Melo never choked. You can't name me a series Melo choked.
He was the 6th man in OKC.
I'm talking about period.
But when James Harden became the man in Houston, what did he do?
But nothing. You're talking about he choked, but look at his numbers though.
So listen. That's what I'm trying to say. How come the numbers never went in his favor when it came time for him to be at the advance?
Without Kevin Durant.
And he was up 15 in the 4th quarter.
Without Kevin Durant playing. That's what you don't realize.
I'll put it into this.
Bro.
Man, Carmelo.
I'll put it into this.
Dude,
I'll put it into this.
Hold on. Let's no man have to say. Go ahead.
I'll put it into this. He's gonna take your side. So make sure you play that my buddy shit. I mean, excuse me. Make sure you play that my buddy stuff.
Yeah, got you. Go ahead, Snowman.
I'll put it into this James Harden argument. James Harden has sucked all the way since he left OKC because OKC didn't want to give him the money, and rightfully so. If you want to talk about 2018,
well, these dudes,
they said
Kevin McHale is better than Bron.
Listen,
See, I
He is
left
better
two-
than Bron.
I left 2 times, bro.
Up
Look, he said,
3
Hey,
he
TJ,
is
to-
TJ, have him. Who's that? Bring that
Jay,
person
y'all here?
out.
They want to talk to you.
Whoever said McHale was better than Bron is drunk.
Can you tell him to leave when you get
Can
on?
you bring it on, Buster?
What's up, man?
Oh, they go
What's
my
up with it?
boy. They go my
What's going
boy.
on?
He ain't gonna be your boy after this.
Uh-oh.
Finish
What's
it.
up with it?
Let me finish.
What's going on?
Let me finish my James Harden argument, because James Harden hasn't been all of that since he left OKC. The only set of
got
numbers I
better.
have to give. No, he has not, because the only numbers I have to give you are 64 to 25. What are those numbers? James Harden and company getting outscored in Game 6 on the road in Oakland. And on top of that, the next year, James Harden was supposedly a better defender. Steph Curry was held scoreless until the second half. Only had 10 points until the final period, when he lit up James Harden exclusively for 23
Okay, watch this.
points
Watch
in
this.
9
Watch this
minutes.
though.
Hey, hold on. Let me say this. Hold. Let me say this
Watch
right quick.
When he
If
did
Steph
that-
Curry
hold on.
had,
When he
if Steph,
did
hold on,
that-
if Steph Curry had 10
See,
points
they
in
like
any game
pulling
against
up.
James
They go
Harden,
back to
that's
back.
because
Number
Steph
two,
Curry
what I
was
got.
just missing. Steph Curry was missing shots. It wasn't because of James Harden's defense. James Harden is not no hellacious
He led the
defender.
league in steals, just like John Stockton bump bust.
We
But
know.
anyway,
Oh, and Allen Iverson. Okay, well then you can throw Allen
but
Iverson in that mix
I
too.
don't
Then
care right now about that. Listen,
Oh,
man.
okay, got you. I got you. But you throwing
James
John
Harden-
Stockton name in the mix.
James
Okay.
Harden is one Hall of Famer. He went against 4 Hall
James
of Famers.
Harden
on the opposite
sucks,
team.
and he's not a Hall of Famer.
No,
You crazy.
Kevin Durant was injured.
You crazy.
Kevin
He on
Durant
the
was
top
injured.
75. How
He
he
was
in
in
a Hall of Fame?
play.
James Harden
Can't
and a
play,
healthy
Sean.
Houston team lost to a shorthanded Warriors team in
Hey, let's put it like this:
They
who
don't
was the
care
real
about
reason they was up 3-2 in the first place? It wasn't Harden.
It was Chris Paul.
Exactly.
It was Chris Paul.
Well, I
Who we
guess
got
what?
jealous?
Melo went
Oh yeah,
up never,
who we got
man.
jealous
I'ma keep going
of?
back at you, bro.
Who we got jealous of and told management to trade him, just like he did when Melo first started getting comfortable.
Oh, I
It's
didn't
the
know
common
that.
denominator here. Look
Melo
at all
been
this.
horrible since
Look
the
at all
Knicks,
this
bro.
talent James Harden has had, and they acclimated everything. Get your best buddy Westbrook there. Can't win.
But listen, that's my point. All of the talent he done played with, what do the end result usually look like? More often than not.
A big
The
fat
same
L.
is what I'll call it. The same.
Okay, but at the end of the day, James Harden is are you saying too that James Harden is better than Melo? Let's just say James Harden is better than Melo.
If you look
That
at
what
their
you're saying?
true
Let's
plus
not.
minus, absolutely.
No, I'm not looking at the. I'm not looking. I'm
Because
talking
even
about.
defensively, the block percentage
I'm looking
is
at the.
point
I'm looking
two
at the
higher.
complexion. I'm not looking at no numbers. I'm looking at in certain situations when James Harden is up in the game. Would James Harden go from being up 15 to missing 1 for 17?
I mean, but let's not pretend that wasn't Carmelo Anthony either.
That wasn't.
Oh.
Dude, Carmelo has more ways to score. Double J. He ain't
You crazy.
He's not getting bailed out.
Come on, who's better at the rim? They're about the same.
No,
He did was pump fake. He couldn't do nothing at the basket.
I think you forget how prime Carmelo was. It wasn't just about letting the refs bail him out with fouls. Carmelo gonna kill you. He has
that's his favorite player.
Threat I've ever seen in my life. He has the best tripper threat I've ever seen in my life.
Oh,
What that mean though? What do that mean?
He can post
It
up.
don't get you no rings, bro. It don't get you no championship.
If he had help, dude. If he had that,
He got about as many rings as James Harden.
If he has a prime Chris Paul, he has a ring. If he has a prime Joel Embiid, he has a ring.
Bro,
that's the
he
difference.
made his bed and has to lie in it.
James Harden too. James Harden too.
I'm not disagreeing.
But
James
Melo
Harden
doesn't
too.
cry. Melo, just like your mom Shepard said, Melo says, I'll let the media say what they want. I ain't gonna bother me. That's why he was built for New York. Like Kevin Durant.
You know what I'm saying?
Like
Only
Kevin
a couple
Durant
people
crying,
can say
trying
that.
to get out of Brooklyn.
Only a
So
couple
you're
people say
telling
what?
me if Melo goes with Derrick Rose in 2014, that Bulls team doesn't get over the hump?
Yeah, oh yeah.
They're not getting over Bron. They're not getting over Bron.
What you mean? They was up. They was up in that series. They was up in that series.
You are crazy.
Yes,
They was up in that series. What is you saying?
Yes, man.
They was up in what series?
Yeah, I get that to you, Double J. Yes, he would. But see, he listened to Phil Jackson. Phil Jackson promised him something he ain't never do.
Jackson.
He did. I mean, come on, man. He's who spent. Look, you could have got a prime LaMarcus Aldridge for the same package. You get Andrea Bargnani. Who's giving a first round pick for Andrea Bargnani?
And then Danilo Gallinari. I mean, come on, man. That draft pick after draft pick that was just bums. Like,
well, it didn't take long to realize that Phil was a better coach than he ever was in the front office person. That didn't take long.
He was with the Aaron Rodgers package.
It didn't take long to figure out that Carmelo was a better college player than he was NBA player. But anyway,
bingo, because the offense or the defense was focused on Hakeem Ward.
What?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's time to end the show on that note. Yeah, I got to go to work in the morning. Yeah. It's time to end. It's time to end the show on that note.
I want whatever Double J sipping on. It's in his.
Yeah, and me too. And make mine's a double. Snowman, we appreciate you for joining us, man. We getting ready to get on out of here. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
I appreciate you guys having me. And TJ, study your basketball before you talk about it, please.
Yeah, you need to study saying Kevin McHale and Tom Chambers.
You need to study because you look like Larry Hughes.
Now,
wait a minute.
I know the Snowman was awfully quiet as it pertained to that Bulls in Chicago is very close to his heart. So he had to have known. I was out there in the area at the same time.
I was away from the microphone at the time.
Carmelo Anthony had full control of what he could have done in 2014, which included a move to.
And Carmelo blew it.
Okay, that's fine. James Harden had full control in Game 7 too, and he blew it.
Or he could have went to that Clippers team too. He could have went to that Lob City team with Chris Paul and Blake Griffin too.
That wouldn't have worked.
Then as well.
That's all right. Hey, that's all right. Just keep. I want to see what this Lakers team gonna do. Now that they got.
Can I answer that question?
Yeah.
Can I answer that question?
Wasn't a young Jimmy Butler on that roster too?
Y'all so thirsty to answer.
Oh my goodness! What could have been?
Y'all his biggest fans, man.
No, Kendrick Perkins and you was his biggest fans.
Put
Russell Westbrook on that team. I'm guaranteeing a championship. Oh, y'all talking about our age now? Y'all keep that same energy. Yeah. Okay. Stop running your mouth.
Let's see. Keep the same energy. Kendrick Perkins is tripping, talking about the Lakers winning 70 games. They barely won 33, and they're not going to win 30 this year. LeBron's not going to play a full 82 game season. You can put that in the book.
And he's leaving too. He's leaving.
And he's gone.
First of all,
he's
it's
gone.
amazing y'all talk about LeBron and he's 40. Like what? Why he?
It's amazing you talk.
Right
it's amazing you downgrade every player that we mentioned tonight, and they're over 40, and they achieved
I didn't downgrade.
You
put them, but
hey, but listen, but you see what he say? The same thing he say we say about this era, he say about that era. But we wrong.
No, I don't.
You get what I'm trying to tell you?
And these players today, they do DoorDash and Uber.
These players today is load management.
Yeah, TJ.
That's what these players today is, load management.
Shut up, Tracy McGrady.
You ain't never hear that in the 90s or the 2000s. Load management. What the
you look like an overweight Paul George today. What's going on, man?
Yeah, got you. Settle down, Larry Hughes. I like that. That's what we're gonna start calling it.
With Patrick
and by the way, Paul George is you got
the good Baron Davis going. I like it.
And by the way, Paul George ain't all of that either.
It's cool. He next to Kawhi.
He better than them plumbers in the 70s and 80s. But
yeah, he ain't better than Sean Kemp and them cats. I know that for sure.
Man, Sean Kemp.
No, I can't go that. Paul George is better than Sean Kemp. Oh no.
Are we gonna talk about KD going to Philly? Is that gonna be with Harden, or are they gonna trade him back to?
No, it's gonna be. I knew
Double J
was at that Travis Scott concert together.
Double J, I have an answer to your question, and I'll close with this.
I'm mute.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Who really cares?
Yep. All right, we getting ready to get out of here, fellas. Yep, I got stuff to do.
He gotta
Yep, it
take
was
his,
all good. It was a
he
good
gotta
one.
take his medication, y'all.
It was a
Time
good
to
one.
go.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway,
Jay,
Larry Hughes.
Barbershop and Double J, thanks again for having me. RC, it was good to meet you this evening. I really
Likewise,
appreciate you guys.
likewise, brother.
All
I'm
right,
on
it's all
tomorrow
good.
at 8 a.m. and I'm going to destroy TJ in the first 25 minutes of the show with every
Please send
argument
that
that he.
invite.
I love it.
Okay.
I
Give him
love
my
it.
information.
Yep.
DJ, you better be at work tomorrow. I'm tripping you, bro.
And I'm not even gonna get, hey, RC, I'm not even going to get that much sleep being a husband, a parent, and a grandparent. I'm not going to get that much sleep, and I'm still going to rip him to shreds, especially when talking about James Harden. Barbershop closes out.
Make sure you
I'm
bring
outta
your
here.
walker with you.
All right, man. Have a good one. We appreciate you for joining us.
Good night,
And on
gentlemen.
that note, yep. And on that note, I'll leave you with this quote.
Take your Pepto-Bismol.
A man, as in mankind, should recognize the value of time and should not pass the precious moments of the beloved life in heedlessness, insolence, useless games, and pastimes. Yeah, read that again.
You get that from
Absolutely
Martin?
not. It's been fun, but we got to settle down, Larry. It's been fun, but we got to run. Don't forget to check us out every Sunday, and Wednesdays and Sundays right here at 8:05 on the PM side, right here on the yard is what I wanted to say. Or y'all can check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, the shop's fan page, and of course YouTube. And make sure y'all hit that little ding ding, that little notification to get some subscriptions up or prescriptions in TJ's case. Yeah, that button right there. We'd be much obliged. If that don't work, y'all can Google it. For my man's RC Stafford, Double J, the people's champion, Snowman, and all those who follow and support us.
No, you can't do
we say
that. Don't
thank
do
you.
that no more, TJ.
I'm
What?
Barbershop
Darius
J.
Miles and Ricky Davis, them bums,
Hey, cute Rick, boy.
Yeah.
Rick, boy.
I'm Barbershop J, and you've been listening to the Shop Report. Oh, and for all the people that weighed in, did I say thank you to all the people that weighed in, the comments and such? Yeah, okay, got you. And for all those who follow and support us, you've been listening, to the Shop Report. And remember, the next time y'all want to know what's really going on, man, come to the shop. Walk-ins are always welcome. Holla.